Hey, Larry.
Oh God, did you tell Larry?
That's my namesake. That is,
Hey, Larry.
I'm playing Larry Anthony in this game, and Larry has joined us.
Oh my God.
Sorry, Larry, I couldn't stop him. I'll buy you a drink at Gen Con.
He'll give you notes. Larry's gonna give Rich notes. Like, I would not have done that, and you know. Yeah, and just to talk about that real quick, we're gonna be at Gen Con, 1st of August. Super pumped. We're gonna be running a bunch of games at Gen Con as part of HSC and with R. Talsorian. We're involved with a couple of their events, and yeah, we're just super pumped for Gen Con this year. We have some content brewing for Gen Con, and we have some fun activities brewing for Gen Con, so it's gonna be a good year for us at the show, for our show.
Very excited.
Your chicken shall rule the world. Yeah, chat. All right. I think those are all.
I had to correct them in chat that I'm actually raising guinea pigs and rabbits, so it's not chicken. Guinea pigs and rabbits.
So I think those are all the announcements that I have. Do we have any other announcements? Did I forget anything?
Nope. I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Good. Wow. I love doing it right. Okay. Well, Katrina, take it away. Bring us to the world of Tales of the Loop from the Loop. What? Take us to this place, this strange land.
Take us to this strange land that is also known as Boise, Idaho. Yes. It's very strange and different than what you would expect. No, we're playing Tales from the Loop. It is an alternate 1980s where the jumps forward in technology have been great and sometimes scary. You are a bunch of kids between the ages of 10 and 15 who kind of just live your lives in like a teen would, except for like weird, crazy shit happens sometimes. So there's 6 main principles of the loop, and they are: your hometown is full of strange and fantastic things. Everyday life is dull and unforgiving. Adults are out of reach and out of touch. The land of the loop is dangerous, but the kids will not die. The game is played scene by scene, and the world is described collaboratively. Those last 2 sound like most RPGs, which is great, because that's what we do here. So what we're going to start with today is introducing your characters, and everyone kind of gets a scene where we kind of set your character up for success, failure, something throughout the day. It is spring in Boise, Idaho, which means that it's like in the 50s or 60s, which is comfortable. The snow has melted, and definitely getting flowers blooming and all of that. You guys actually are right next to a huge greenery space. The Morris Hill Cemetery is right next to your neighborhood, and it's always beautiful with big trees and flowers on the gravestones and the mausoleum. It's a wonderful place, really. You guys, it is a Friday morning, and it's gonna be one hell of a weekend, guys, because this weekend at the Arcade Bench, which is the local arcade close to you guys, there is going to be a tournament for you to win the brand new, not even released yet, Loop at Home action set. This is the just primo. Everything but from the Loop is great, right? Like, woo, we love the Loop because it's here and it gives us jobs and weird shit happens. But they have the Loop has released some arcade games, and in fact, the game that this tournament's going to be played on is by the Loop. It is a kind of side scroller spaceship shoot 'em up game. I was told that was half the games on the Atari earlier by someone on this call. But that is the game that gonna have to beat all these other kids for in order to win this Loop action set. It is the talk of the town. So we're gonna start off the first scene with Gavin at his house in the morning. Gavin, could you introduce us to Ryan, please?
Yes. So hello. My character is Ryan Blackwell. He's kind of a tall, lanky kind of
Is
kid, but he.
No, it's open.
Oh, is it? Am I good? Can you hear me now? All right. He's like a tall, lanky kid. He wakes up pretty early, and you'll kind of see him in his room. His hair's kind of already messy. Didn't really do anything with it. His glasses are already basically stapled onto his face, and you kind of seen all this. I'm checking that right now.
Oh, yep, we're still live.
Yeah, we look good. It's David's gone.
Actually, when I dropped, I did lose the audio.
Okay.
So even though everybody could see you all, they couldn't hear you. So if you could give the description of Ryan one more time.
Yeah, I stopped Gavin.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yep.
Now we lost Rich.
Oh, no. Rich doesn't need to hear it. We'll catch him up.
He doesn't want to hear it. He doesn't. No.
Yeah, he was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Deuces. He said he was not hearing Gavin. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Rich, can you hear us now?
Can you hear me? More importantly, can you hear me?
Yes, that is the most important thing. Is I need to hear you.
Yes.
That was it.
Thank you,
David, Mike, Heather, but
Gavin.
okay, start
As
over.
long
I
as you can hear Gavin.
Mhm.
Got it.
Wow, I'm blushing. Thank you.
Cheers.
So Ryan gets up pretty early. He's kind of like a tall, lanky kid for a 13-year-old. His hair is all messy. He doesn't touch it. He's already wearing his classic, gray shirt, probably button-down, short sleeve, and corduroys. Glasses stapled to his face. And you see all these kind of computer bits, motherboards, kind of wires kind of all over the place, all connected to this one device. It's a Simon, like a Simon says. And you just kind of see, Ryan kind of playing with his multi-tool, kind of moving some bits, tightening some other screws, kind of writing down notes of kind of code that he needs to work on when he gets to school or when he gets access to the home computer. So he's just in his room right now with that.
So while you're in your room, this isn't new to you. You can hear your parents discussing something downstairs. And you expect in about, there it is. Your mom slammed the door as she was leaving the house. This happens about 3 times a week. So not unexpected from you. But that does mean that your dad's up and your little brother's up and breakfast is probably ready. You can see from your window outside that your mom backs up the car and heads off. She works at the Loop. She's you don't know exactly what she does, but it's very important, or so she says. So when you go downstairs, your dad is there. I shared a picture in Roll20 for everybody. Reese Blackwell looks like he in his late 30s. He's wearing just a pair of slacks, in kind of a tweedish brownish color, and then he's wearing a long sleeve shirt and then a sweater vest over it, and the sweater vest actually buttons down, and he has it open, so he's in like casual stay-at-home dad mode. But he sees you come down and he's like, oh, good, I have breakfast for you. Like he's already cooked like bacon and eggs, and he's like, the toast pops up just at the right moment and he grabs it and he's already like putting the butter on it and getting the food in front of you, making sure that your little brother's eating. And he's like, were you going to walk to school today, or do I need to give you and the kids a ride, or?
Yeah, without ever making kind of direct eye contact, I'd be like, yeah, no, I'll probably just walk today.
Okay. Like, he's very like, he's like, yeah, that's fine. But if you kids need a ride, that's totally fine too. I think you said that you weren't gonna be home until late tonight.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna see my friends. We'll probably be out for a little bit.
Okay. Just be home by the time the lights come on, as is normal for all of you, really. Maybe sometimes not so much for John. He might live under a different rule set at times, but for you, your dad is totally like lenient with the outside lights come on, then you come home. And he just seems to like just make sure that you have whatever you need. And then his concentration is more on your little brother who goes to like kindergarten, first grade, and he actually does have to be taken to school and dropped off. So he totally trusts you to like lock down the house when you leave and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll probably like when I first get down, I'll probably like noogie my little brother's hair, or maybe steal a piece of bacon, whatever. Kind of non-super threatening, but just annoying to your little brother.
Yeah, you take a piece of bacon from his plate, and then while your back is turned, like getting some orange juice, he takes 2 pieces of bacon from yours. And then your dad kind of sees what happens, and he like makes sure that you get 1 back.
Roll for it, kid against kid.
I like how the dad is like always accounting for the current like bacon ratios. Like, no, these bacon accounts are off. Let me rebalance the numbers here a bit.
And you can see that like your dad has like his notebook that he always has over to the side with a pen on it. He looks like he's writing something for an article, but he hasn't talked about what it is, or which is kind of normal. Like, you know, he writes for the paper, but not like always what he's discussing.
Not heavy duty.
Yeah.
Ryan's probably gonna make it as efficient as possible. So if it's like bread, eggs, and toast, he's probably just gonna all put it on one piece of toast and then like fold it over and just kind of eat it as one unit. So it's just kind of efficient that way. And also so his little brother doesn't steal more bacon from him.
Right.
And just kind of watch everything, but never kind of making direct eye contact with his dad, but you know, playing with his little brother, just messing with him in little ways. But I'm sure as a 6-year-old or a 7-year-old, I forgot how old he was.
6 or 7, yeah.
Yeah, we'll find very annoying, but in a couple of years, we'll probably be like, oh, that's actually sweet.
He'll figure it out.
When he's old
right now, he's still is. It's cool that you're still playing with him, right? Like, and he doesn't know what he's going to lose until he loses it. So your dad and your brother, you know, start getting ready so that they can leave. And then you will also leave for school. But we're going to jump over to Rich's character. Rich, what is Larry doing in the morning?
Oofta. Larry gets up in the morning, and you know, it's one of those that I've got to get out and feed the guinea pigs. I got to feed the rabbits, and I've got a special patch of plants that I'm growing in the back corner that I need to make sure are watered every day, if you know what I mean. But you know, before I do that, I like to get my hair done. I have the finest mullet in the tri-state area. It is definitely a mullet to be impressed with. I like to wear denim. I got my denim jeans, my denim jacket. I like to wear my Eddie Rabbit t-shirt that I got at the concert for I Love a Rainy Night. And I like pins on there. And speaking of pins, here's the Marvel LGBTQ Pride pin set.
Nice.
You know, I'm way ahead of my time. I got like one of those on there right now. So I'm way ahead of my time back then. You know, I got my Keep On Truckin' baseball cap and my Red Wings. And, you know, as I do my little walk around, I got my German Shepherd Scout. And Scout and I kind of keep track of things. He's a great dog, very well trained. You know, what can I say about him better than that? You know, Dad is he's a master of the custodial arts in the Loop. And Mom works down at the Piggly Wiggly. So they're both pretty much out of there right off the bat. I usually get breakfast ready for my 2 twin sisters and my 2 twin sisters. Yeah, that makes sense. And get everybody ready for school. You know, farm life. You got, you know, you got to make things happen. Even though we only have an acre, we it's a farm. It's a working farm. Is all I can say.
Yeah, I think normally, you get everyone ready for school, and I think that's still happening today. Is like you're doing your chores and getting your sisters ready for school. Your mom has left, but she actually came back because you noticed that she left her lunch on the counter.
Oh.
And you know that always sucks. You don't want to spend money that you don't have to if you already have your lunch. So she runs back into the house. She is wearing a button-down shirt with a collar turned up, and fabulous pants with flowers on them. They're jeans, but they have flowers on them.
Pads?
No shoulder pads in
No shoulder
the
pads.
shirt. Not in the shirt. If she were
Okay.
wearing a jacket, yes, but not in the
Okay.
shirt. And then she kind of has that feathery, curly hair, but it's kind of short. Bad decision she made at one point to cut it short, and now she's growing it back out again. She sees you taking care of your sisters, and she's just thank you, Larry. Always doing what I need you to do. Thank you so much. And she like make sure the girls are okay since she's here. And like Scout like sees her and is excited and kind of like does a couple circles around her. And she's like, Scout, stop. Trying to get him away for a moment. And there's that last like she's in a rush, but she, just doing a double check on all of you guys. And then I think she also says to you, you said you're going out with your friends. Are you coming home first and doing your chores? Or does your dad need to do them when he gets home? Like,
Mom, like a $500 saddle on the pig, this is going to look good. I'll have all my chores completed before Pop gets home.
I'd love to hear that. And she gives you a hug, and she gives your sisters a hug. And she leaves again, and one of your sisters looks at you and like, a saddle on a pig? What does that even mean?
Just chow down and get ready for school, youngins. I need you to get that learnings in.
How much younger than you are your sisters?
My twin sisters are 6 and 5.
Oh, right. Yep. 6 and 5. I remember. They also do go to kind of the same, they go to the same elementary school as Ryan's little brother. So I think like in this little community that you have, like since Ryan's dad's already going there, Reese is already going there, and you guys are all friends, like as kind of like we're new to the neighborhood, let's all be friendly. Let me take your when I'm taking my son, let me take your kids to to school as well. So and that's normal. You're not going to walk the girls to school normally. So this kind of works out.
Yeah, this is the 80s.
It is the 80s, yes. Carpooling with other families. It's totally great. Is there anything else you wanted to do at your house before you head out before Reese picks up the kids?
I take Scout outside, set him by his, I built him a little hut, little lean-to kind of hut, and just have him take a break. Say, boy, stay here till I come back. Guard the guinea pigs, guard the rabbits, do your job.
Yeah, Scout like sits, listens to you, then like walks back and forth along the perimeter, and it just does his thing of like protecting the house and all that. Reese pulls up with his son and kind of waves the girls over, and they get in the car and they head off to school. Next, we're going to jump to David. You are woken up by your brother Brad.
Awesome. Great. What?
Image in Legend Keeper. Not Legend Keeper, Roll20. He is he hasn't really hit his growth spurt yet. So he's kind of shorter than other teens. I see some smiles and laughs. We're not enjoying the picture of Brad that I have put over here. He's still
love the pose.
Yeah, the pose was
That's like straight up like high school senior photography posing with the like pink and blue lasers from the 80s behind him.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I think I have some of those somewhere.
I'm sure you do.
So he kind of has feathered hair as well, because that was the style for guys as well. Kind of a little shaved and maybe a little mullety in the back. Can't really tell from his picture, but maybe. Yep. He is wearing a wonderful flannel button down and a pair of almost acid wash jeans, not quite. And then white-ish high top sneakers. And he just kind of like pushed your door open loud enough, fast enough that it hit the little thing at the bottom of the wall. And that's what's making way more noise than anything, because it's kind of loose and it's just going,
Yeah.
And he's like, Dad said, get up.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Is it time to go? Are you taking me today, or am I walking?
No, you're walking.
Yeah.
We talked about this.
I know.
Fridays, you walk.
Yep. It's great. Okay. Why are you dressed in grunge? You're not grunge. It's weird. I'll be downstairs in a second.
Okay. So he's just like, you guys are about 5 years apart in age, and you always seem to be an inconvenience to your brother, except for when you're around certain other, like a couple of your friends that are closer to his age, other kids in the group, Tanya especially.
Right.
But for some reason, you two just ain't hit that sweet spot of being siblings.
Nope.
You hear his high tops squeaking on the linoleum floor downstairs. What does John look like?
Yeah, John is, gosh, he's a young kid. He's 10, and so like he keeps talking to his parents about letting him shave his head, but they won't let him do it. So it's probably like the Beatles style haircut that his mom makes him keep, because she probably
bowl cut.
Whatever, yeah, like whatever the cut was that they just loved, that they would like that was like the Beatles gig, right? And like he outwardly hates it, but it probably does look okay on little John here, just because he's a kid, he's a little kid, right? But whenever he like gets up and gets dressed, it's like jeans, a white shirt, and this like big black leather jacket that he wears everywhere he goes, right? And like today, it's got the rivets that he's already put into it on like the left shoulder are always there, and you can see like the first few that he put in were really rough, and he got better at popping the studs through so that it would not tear up the leather as much on the way down the shoulder. Like it's better the further down the shoulder you go, kind of deal. And he's got some,
and this is a London Fog nice leather jacket that your parents purchased for you.
Yeah, for Christmas. Yeah. Very nice leather jacket that John here has ruined with his statements. Because also he's pushed through a lot of like safety pins, and they're holding like a flag of Great Britain on like the left hand side, and then like no government on the right hand side is like a little circle pin that has like government crossed out, right? And he's got some other stuff going on that maybe I'll get into later on, but that's his gig. And he wears boots whenever he's allowed to. So like if his parents don't stop him today because he's walking, he'll probably put on like some black boots and head out. He'll like when he's walking and he doesn't really have to interact with his brother, he's probably going to try and bolt right out the door. But like the family is aware that John does not like spending time at the table, and they're like a nice, well-to-do family, so they may have like strong opinions about that. But that's always like the morning conflict of like, is John going to get to escape, or is somebody going to like intercede and catch him?
Yeah, so this morning you notice your brother did say Dad said get up, and sometimes that's very like you got up and like you rushed to get stuff together. Turns out that it's probably likely that your dad already left, because you don't hear him or your mom in the house. And what you think has happened as you hear your brother's car rev up and start to pull out of the driveway is that he forgot to wake you up for school. And his dad said to get up was more, to just get you out of bed, because we're saying Dad had to do it when he forgot to get you up. That's what you suspect. So then, for you, there's no...
Yeah, if he has this realization, like maybe he's like at the front door, about to walk out with the keys to lock because he's a latchkey kid, right? He's gonna like stop and like wrap his fingers on the door frame, like an idiot, and I'm gonna go back into Brad's room. I'm gonna look for some cash.
Oh, okay. I like it. It's going to be our first check of the night.
Ooh, sweet, a check.
Ooh, we get to use the dice system. So yeah, you're gonna go back into your brother's room. No one is in the house. His room is not a mess, but it's not tidy either. So his clothes are in the laundry mostly. His bed is half made in that it'll pass muster.
Yep.
Sort of way. Maybe a drawer is open. This is not the first time you've taken money from your brother. So your last couple of times,
naughty boy.
So he keeps moving it because you two are playing this fun game of I take his money and and then it's my money and then he takes your money and it's his. So go ahead.
So we have
roll.
We have this like arms race of who can hide their own cash the best.
Yeah.
A traveling $5 or $10.
Yeah.
Racks and arenas.
And really, if you really count down to it, it's like you guys are pretty even. Like if your parents were keeping track, which they probably are, like because one of you is eventually going to ask for $5,
right?
You guys probably are kind of neck and neck. But go ahead and roll an investigate check, and just clicking on the button should roll the check.
Okay. Oh, no bonus dice, correct?
Right. Yeah.
Cool. Hey.
So you got one success. So yeah. So and then in this game, we roll d6s, adding our attribute and our skill, and then whenever we get a 6, that is a success. So you are like, okay, it's not in the drawers because that's where he always keeps it, and it's not under the bed because other things are under the bed. So you are like, closet. He doesn't think I'm tall enough to get up into the closet. And so you go and sure enough, you find like a tin where he keeps some other stuff that you always find this like memorabilia stuff. And it's like the one thing that if you really wanted to ruin his fucking life,
right,
you could take this stuff and like trash it and he would be very upset.
Yeah, we're not there. We're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not to that side of warfare yet. But you do find $5 and you find like a little punch card for the arcade bench.
Oh.
And it's like you have the 2 more punches and you can get like a free drink or something there.
Oh my god, free drink, taking that. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. $5 and a free drink. Perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, is there anything else you want to do at the house before you leave?
No.
And do you put the box back?
Yeah, I put it back.
Okay.
I
just leave it on the
yeah. I want
I was here.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's probably like put it back, like take the care to make it so it doesn't look like it got moved. Because our warfare on this is probably enough that we're both like checking to see if we got robbed, right? So I don't want him to know immediately that he got robbed.
Right.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. So you get some breakfast, just something quick, Pop-Tart or whatever.
Yep.
And you can head out, and that will leave us with Mike. Mike, talk to me about Otto. Like, how does he wake up in the morning? Because your siblings are gone, your dad is gone. Yeah.
Otto probably wakes up to the sound of stuff moving around in the kitchen downstairs, or probably gets woken up to the sound of his dad leaving.
Okay.
His dad gets up early to go to work, and then he's there. He gets up. His room is also his brother's room.
Mm-hmm.
Even though his brothers have moved out, it's still got bunk beds on either side, so he and a desk in the middle. You know, that
Right.
traditional.
Which one does he sleep in?
He sleeps in the upper right hand.
No, okay.
He got stuck with the bottom bunk.
Well, but no one's there now. So did he like?
No. That just because nobody's there does not mean he gets to sleep where he wants to. He
Okay.
may be the baby, but he still has to sleep where he was told to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in the bottom right hand bunk. He get up, get ready for school, get dressed.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely is wearing like I think you could say the only thing that he has that are not hand-me-downs are his underwear, and he had to fight for that. Like everything else came from, there was a fight for that one. They're not.
So it's a little oversized, like.
Yeah, it's a little, but it's like, and it's not like a t-shirt and jeans either. It's like work slacks and a white button-down shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and glasses that were an older brother's, and so they're a little bit too big. And
not quite the right prescription.
No, the prescription got changed, but they kept the frames.
Oh, okay.
They can do that, and so they're a little wobbly, so they're always a little more to one side of his face or the other, depending upon how he gets adjusted them. And he's going to gather everything up in his backpack, which is, you got to make sure he puts his journal in there. It's always important. He keeps that with him at all times. His backpack's not the cool, canvas bag that everybody, it's not a cool nylon or whatever bag like most kids have nowadays. It's the old school leather German one that has like the flap that comes down over the top that could be used to carry to war.
It might have been
Possibly by, and so, yeah. And
yeah. So you come downstairs. I'll say like your clothing, though old and hand-me-down, is actually very well taken care of because your grandmother who lives with you knows how to repair and sew clothing. So it's actually, well, it's not the style for sure for a kid of your age. It is well taken care of. Your grandmother has a picture too, I promise. Is friendly looking woman with bright whitish gray hair. Often wears a headscarf. Just it's her signature style. She loves a good headscarf and bright colors. She is already already stirring some kind of stew on the stove. And looks over at you. Your grandmother only speaks German. You think like she only speaks to the family in German,
right? She'll speak English to other people, but she will only speak German to us.
Yes, and even then,
she's watching her shows.
Right. But yeah, she totally she knows English and French very well. And just will not speak in English unless really persuaded to, which is just an interesting way to live. But she's already stirring up what is probably going to be for dinner. Some offcuts that your father or brother had from their job as a butcher. And you actually see on the table in front of where you normally sit is an envelope and a card. And it's addressed to you, and it's in Grandma's handwriting. It's in Oma's handwriting.
He's very suspicious, but he would slide into his seat and look at it and look at his grandmother to see how if Oma's ignoring him. Or
Almost not completely ignoring him. She brings over a bowl of oatmeal with some fruit on top of it, and then pats your back and kind of nudges you towards this envelope. She seems excited, and I don't think your grandmother talks a lot. Like, you know what? She hasn't had her coffee yet, so like she's awake, but like
yeah. Okay, so he'll open it up to see what's inside.
So it's a beautiful Hallmark card that says something like congratulations on your retirement. Your grandmother loves to go to the like nearby kind of collectible gift shop sort of. They sell crystals and they sometimes sell tarot card. It's just this weird stuff. She's talked to you about it. It's witchy, but it's kind of like nifty looking. And they sell cards. That's a new thing that they have. And she doesn't read English. So she just thought the design on the front was cool, was pretty looking. So it's congratulations on your retirement. Inside there is $5. And then she drew, and she does this sometimes. She drew a little doodle of a kid sitting in front of a TV with the antenna coming out, and then like a wire, like wires coming from the TV to the kid. And she's like, "You're going to win. You are going to win this weekend."
Okay, Oma.
I heard about it on the news. They said it's very important and it's going to happen, and your friends are going to go and you're going to win. See, this is for you to win.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And she just pats you on the back, and eat your oatmeal. Eat your oatmeal.
Okay. He take out his backpack and open up his he's got a wallet that's got like a card from like a drink place, you know, or something, and one for the like his member ID for the putt golf place, and you know that kind of stuff in there. He puts the money in there, and yeah, and puts it in there, and then eats his oatmeal.
Okay, you be home. Be home before the lights, and you tell your friends hi. Tell Larry that I'm going to come by and get a rabbit later. So I've already talked to his mother.
Okay.
And you finish your oatmeal and head out, and the four of you tend to meet like right at the corner. And yeah, what does the group look like when you're all together? Like when you're walking to school, which is about a mile, yeah, quarter of a mile to a mile. Like, kind of, do you guys like go like straight shots? Do you kind of like go through the alleyways of the neighborhoods? There's a canal that is dry currently that runs through this part of your area of town during the late spring, summer, and early fall. It's most of this part of Boise is wow. Lawn care is done by irrigation. So instead of like sprinklers and stuff, you don't really irrigate your yard. But right now those are dry. So kind of like, who leads? What do you guys talk about like on this Friday morning before school?
I think Ryan is probably usually at the back. Like he listens, but I feel like he just probably jots stuff down and may lose them and be like, "Oh God!" So like he'll either like do this like sprint catch up thing and then stay back, fall behind, try to maybe do shortcuts to bring up to them. But so he's usually in the back. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like probably John is maybe up towards the front to catch up to all the kids. He's probably like going like he's probably the one that does all the like between the houses. Like he knows all the
Mm-hmm.
gaps he can fit between. You know, like getting just past the barking dogs and all that kind of stuff to
Mm-hmm.
in a almost as straight as an arrow as he can to get to the place, no matter structure. Little alleyways are. We'll get there and walking up towards the front with.
Yeah,
you
did
sound a
anyone
little
else?
quiet. Yeah, David, you're a little quiet
Oh,
there.
am I quiet? Okay, it's
Oh,
probably just,
there you go.
it's
Now
probably
you're
just there's probably just me being a little far away from.
Okay.
But yeah, so he cuts through like he doesn't like worry a lot about property lines or any of that kind of stuff.
Why would he?
Do you think he's actually efficient, or do you think he thinks he's efficient?
Right,
So like,
yeah.
if you were to look at his route, it'd be like, what insane path.
It's very family circle, right?
Yeah, it's probably the most like it's just whatever cuts through the most people's yards is the actual path that he's on.
Yeah.
I feel like Ryan and John probably like fell back one day, and Ryan was like, "We got to catch up to them," and you're like, "I got this. Lead me." And Ryan's like, "What path? Why did we just jump
why are we jumping this fence? There's a gate right there."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
100%. That's Otto as well. He knows the path. We shouldn't deviate from the path.
Yeah,
we have a plan. Also, we need to stay out of the irrigation ditches because the government has been spraying the crops with certain things, and so that has been leased into, and those are highly concentrated in the canals.
Yeah.
I'll say like every conspiracy that Otto has, like you can dial the notch up about 10% because you guys live in the loop area.
10%? More like 30. What are you talking 10?
I mean, just, like the conspiracy theories, if you throw that, well, at the loop, this happens, then you're bound to get a couple more people on the fish hook, right? Like, more people believe that weird shit happens because the loop's here. But adults kind of just like, yeah, chemtrails and whatever, like, whatever.
And for what it's worth, Otto's very particular about his conspiracy theories. Like it's it's not a flat Earth thing because that can be proven. It's the thing like you can't prove that there aren't lizard people.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah.
Dude.
Proving the negative.
The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat.
So, yeah.
Wow. All right. So before I get very upset, we're gonna
before the stream just turns off completely because David threw his computer.
That's right. Definitely. I think that like anything that is like anything where like Otto would know, like talking about like the government spraying chemicals, John wants to know more, right? Like talk to me about these chemicals. Talk to me about who's doing what he's doing, right? Like he's definitely like, he definitely has like a more of a like anti-government shtick these days. He wasn't always like this. This has been going in this direction lately.
Did Otto create this anti-establishment, anti-government because of all these conspiracies? So now you're like, not only am I punk rock, but fuck the government.
I don't think so.
What is everyone's age? I don't think I asked, and I think that's also a very interesting fact about this group. How old are you, Ryan?
13.
Or John?
10.
Ryan? Ryan is 13. Otto is...
Otto's 12.
And Larry is...
15.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so we got a big spread here.
Hold on, let me check. Oh no, I'm 13. Sorry, I'm 13, so I have 2 luck points. I'm 13.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you and I are the same age.
So the people that like Otto has definitely helped start to shape this anti-government.
Folks. Ended on me again. I'll be right in there.
Cartoonist.
Hey,
she gets a job at the local newspaper, and she's just a cartoonist, and it's just weird German abstract cartoon that no one understands.
What's up, dude?
Real quick, so sorry, I dropped for a second, which lost some audio when you were talking about my like past being shaped by Otto.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But also, real quick, we had a bunch of donations come in. So
shit!
Thank you
Great.
guys so much for the donations.
Hello, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
John,
guys.
it wasn't my fault. The connection got dropped, so I don't know if there's something.
Oh wow, we're up to 400.
Yeah, that's really great. That's like
really good. Yeah. What did we start?
Thanks,
Tonight?
guys.
we started the night at 150, so like
150.
we're
Hell yeah! Thank you,
up,
everybody.
200. Yeah, something 250.
Yeah,
We're up
250.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everybody.
pretty amazing.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. So no, we were saying that that Otto has really helped shape your, along with like Mikey Hayes, who is like a local, not so local, but classic rock country. He has opinions, and
Right.
you've talked to him about those opinions.
Yeah.
So
little impressionable 10-year-old is like soaking it up. It is like
just everything.
Yeah.
He's gonna believe everything by the time he's in high school.
Everything's terrible. I'm only 10.
Yeah. And this also gives you for the opportunity as you're on the way to school to talk about and find out more information from your collective knowledge and me about this arcade tournament that is going on. Like you've all heard of it, like separately from like just this morning's encounters. It is a big topic at school. And it happens tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Sunday. It happens Sunday.
So what was the game? I'm sorry. What game we playing? Is this Paperboy? What were we playing? Pac-Man? What's the game for this tourney?
So you guys know that the arcade game is actually called The Outer Loop. It's a like I said earlier, side-scrolling kind of spaceship shooter. So you got your spaceship here, and it goes up and down, and the other, and your weapons up and stuff like that. And I know it's a game, and I cannot think of the name of it. But as Mike told me earlier, that's like half the games on the Atari. So that's the game type. It has been at the arcade for a bit. And the which one?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Sorry, I'm laughing about something else. No.
Oh, okay. And that's the game that the tournament will happen on. There is the way that it's being handled that you know of, and Tanya has given you guys some information. Her cousin works at the arcade bench. So you know that they're only picking a certain number of kids to actually play in the game. And what a lot of friend groups are doing is like getting their best kid and having them play. Because there's going to only be limited time to play. There's only limited time to practice. So if like all of you wanted to practice, that might not be allowed. So there's definitely a decision to be made here if all of you want to try and maybe not get enough practice in, or if you want to pick someone from the crew to play. There is not an age limit either, so you might be playing against older teenagers and adults. If you guys even want to play at all. But the prize for winning is the loop action set, which is the first of its kind at home gaming system.
Oh my god! It's a video game console at home.
That.
Oh my god!
It's crazy.
This is an 8-bit adventure.
See, what I heard was that this is actually the government has put something
brainwashing device.
It's gonna let them listen into you while it's in your home. It's gonna listen and send information back.
Hold on, Otto, I'm with you on all this stuff, but like microphones are really big. Like you would see a microphone. Like they're this big.
How big is the system? Like how big is the system?
In like 1985-ish, they're really big.
I think Ryan probably used to actually push on these conspiracy theories, but I think as he's gotten just hung out with them more, it is just kind of fallen back to the defeated sigh whenever he starts going on these rants. Because it's I can't do anything about this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is just a way to get everybody to bring something into their home so that the government has full access and control over what you're doing.
Well,
Why do they want access?
Well, they want to know what you're doing in case, they can listen in on your personal conversations.
It's because they're looking for those commies, man.
Yeah. Big
Those
Brother
commies.
is always out there.
Yeah, we gotta. You know what? I kind of want to win this thing just to find all that stuff in there. Like think about that. Like if it's
if
in
you
there,
do win it, you're gonna break it. Can I have those pieces?
that's what. Yeah, like what if we did like a bashing session where like we win it?
No, let's not bash it. Let's just take it apart like piece by piece and not bash it.
Okay,
I think that's a good idea.
All right. Well,
Did you see on HBO Manchurian Candidate last week?
No, I don't get cable.
Oh, just checking.
Yeah. We don't get cable. You know this. Also, we could probably sell the game system.
that rabbit farm
good
is
bit of money.
really turning out for you guys.
Yeah.
HBO.
HBO shit.
Maybe it's not the rabbit farm that's doing so.
Yeah, just the other plants.
Yeah. Larry thinks that he's
business is big business.
Yeah.
Larry thinks that those plants are the ones that he's taking care of, and he hasn't noticed like the other section that his parents are taking. Yeah. And they have a really good relationship with Reggie at the Limelight, who is totally not a pot dealer. So I think what we're gonna do is you kids are gonna go to school, and we will continue after school at the arcade bench. But I think right now is a good time to take a break, and then we can do that scene after, if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah,
That works for
totally.
me.
Awesome. Well, everybody, we'll be back in 10 minutes. Is that kind
Yeah,
of our...
5-10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. So like 23, 24-ish folks. And yeah, we'll see y'all in just a bit.
I got to go measure the circumference of the Earth.
What is up? And it's slowly building the thing. All right, we're all here.
Are we back online?
We are back on the...
May all your rolls be crits.
That's mine.
No, that's mine.
Yeah.
Don't you say that. That's fine. Don't you start playing the thing where you start telling a story and you change the reality of fabric of life. That's my tag.
I don't know. The podcast was gone for so long, and I was the one streaming with David. So
look, all right. So
I think for the usage of time, it's mine.
Don't make me press this button.
Okay. Sorry.
What does that
Sorry.
button do?
Sorry.
Oh, you'll find out. The button's coming later.
No.
Press it.
not
I
find
dare
out.
you.
It's coming
Is this
later.
one of those buttons where like it gives you $1 million, but somebody in the world dies or some shit like that? Is this one of
I
those?
would press it 1 billion times.
I think
Bam, bam.
that's a lot of money. 1 billion times 1 million. That's a lot of
You
zeros.
would destroy
I-
a seventh
Elon
of
Musk.
the world's population.
And ruin the world's economy because you now have an octomillion or octillion.
Well, I would buy a lot of shit.
No, Gavin.
You have a
Gavin,
DeLorean.
it takes $1 million.
Yeah, it's gonna
from-
trickle down. It'll trickle down.
It takes
Trickle
$1
down.
million from someone else, right? Like it's
Mhm.
like money evaporates from bank accounts and ends up.
We would need to create new money though, because even if you created the entire
Bill Gates
world's
would lose money.
money, you gotta have
Elon
more.
would lose money. Jeff
I think-
Bezos would lose money.
I think that would be more money than all natural resources used and unused
No,
on Earth.
'cause you press that button, you still wouldn't be able to beat Jeff Bezos' income. That's the deal. Like that's the problem.
You know, isn't that crazy? That would
It's
be
like
funny to
those
work out how
clicker
many
games,
people
right?
would have to press the button to be as rich as Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
It would have
Just
to
one
be
press? Oh, yeah. That's
No, at $1 million a pop, how many times do I have to press the button to be as rich as Jeff Bezos? You know,
2,500 times, I think.
oh, I could do that tonight.
No, it's because it's
He has 200. It's roughly 200 billion.
so.
But
each
here's the
button
thing, like,
presses a
we're
million.
we're in the 80s,
About
and
250.
trickle-down economics is the way to go.
Oh, that's right, Reagan.
Rich is going to have all the
That's
money,
right.
and then eventually we'll get it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's true. See?
That's
And
All
that
back
won't
together.
completely set the
Here we
economy
are
up for
in the
failure
80s.
20 years later.
I'm going to get us right back into the 80s. You ready for this?
Yes.
Just say no.
Oh Jesus.
Boom.
Oh, is
We're
there
in
a
the-
dare? Is there a dare program at our school?
Absolutely.
Then I
Totally.
absolutely wear a dare shirt.
There's a dare program at every school, David.
No, there is not, because that is a licensed thing, and Mesquite, Texas, ain't gonna pay some dare people from the East Coast, so they came up with Let's.
That's
Oh.
true.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Wait, what's
I
let's
know.
mean?
What?
I don't remember what the acronym stood for. I was a small child. It just was LETS, and
Let's.
it had a giant horse. Was
Wow.
their thing. And it was basically a total ripoff of Dare. It was a total absolute ripoff. Just they didn't pay the Dare
Was this
licensing fees.
Anatomically correct? Or
You know what? I have never. Oh wow, my whole mind just got blown. Because yeah, of course, Dare is a licensed thing.
Right.
Of course it is.
Right. Of course. You don't make a big thing and not sell it. You sell that shit. You charge schools money for.
Yeah, you do.
What, are you trying to help kids out of the kindness of your heart and for a better generation? No.
No,
No.
you got that cool
War on drugs.
DARE
I know it's a cool
shirt.
graphic, right?
Yeah, you know, like everybody wanted that shirt because
dude,
of irony.
we were unfortunately, my girlfriend's mother passed away years ago, or a year ago, and we were cleaning stuff up, and there was a Dare shirt, and I gave that to my daughter. She just was over the moon to have a legit 80s Dare shirt. But to bring us, I was bringing us back with the let's.
But then just got lost again.
I know, and then we all went off track. I was trying to bring us back into the game with the let's just say no. Sorry.
It was good.
So you guys, school is over, and everyone has been talking about two things: the gambling ring in Mr. Hughes's room, and the arcade tournament over at the arcade bench. The casino is shut down until Monday, so no one's going to be going there. But a lot of kids are heading over to the bench. Now the thing is, though, it's actually near your guys' neighborhood, but not near a lot of other kids' neighborhoods. So, some kids are gonna have to get special permission to go there because it's across a big a couple boulevards. But no, it's in your guys' neighborhood. So, you head there, and it's your typical 1980s arcade. It's dark and black, and I have a picture to share. Where the hell is it? Did it go over here? It did go over here. Sorry.
Those 80s arcades are iconic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Legend Keeper, or not Legend Keeper, Roll20. Why did you do this?
What's the greatest place in Duncanville, Texas?
Yeah, dude. Because it was you'd go in, and there'd be the ticket machines, there'd be the arcade stands, there'd be that martini table with the Mario and Duck Hunt combo.
Mm-hmm.
You know the martini table, right?
Cocktail table. Cocktail table.
I mean, whatever you put on it is usually martini.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I loaded it in.
Oh, look at that carpet!
Oh yeah.
Look at that black light.
You
carpet.
know that
it's that carpet.
dusty and
Okay,
it's musty.
On Twitch. I'm looking at Twitch right now, and this is
It's
not
on
being
Twitch.
shared.
It's in Roll20.
Yes.
So here, I'll try and explain. For
I'm getting major fun work. I'm scared, David.
Oh yeah, the two of you. I didn't even think of that.
God, yes.
So this is a 1980s arcade with the big stand-up consoles with the joystick and the button, and sometimes they're really big and 4 people can play at one. So some of those are there. The facility itself is kind of dark. Maybe not all the lights are turned on, but you can definitely see the glow from the different arcade games. The floor is carpet, which is kind of
we
and
love it.
stained in
We're
some
used to it.
places, but it has like
Oh,
planets and
sticky and
comets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same
and
popcorn
it-
piece is stuck in the threads. You just
Yeah.
can't get it out.
mhm.
The genius of the black carpet in a dark room is that kids can throw up, stain the shit out of that carpet, and none of us will know the next day. 'Cause it'll look the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
It'll look the same.
And then this one, like, at one point, these things fluoresced, maybe.
Oh.
So now they're just like dully painted, like planets and comets and stuff. Sometimes they, they'll get enough light on them to then activate the actual like the glow in the dark. But what's funny is like a couple of your parents work at the Loop, and you're like, they have a glow in the dark paint that like works all the time. Why not just get your carpet made with that? Well, that costs money.
You nailed the decade. There's Cubert, Spy Hunter, Frogger on those machines.
Yes.
Spy
Hunter.
Yeah.
Shit out of Spy
What was Spy Hunter's gameplay like?
Spy Hunter was a top scroller. You had a car that the joystick, you could move the car to different lanes, move it forward and back, right? And you had like a button to like drop like you could do things like put an oil slick or smoke or whatever to like to like get the other cars from getting you, right? Because you were a spy car and there were mob cars coming after you, and you had to like
imagine the Peter Gunn theme song going the entire time.
On repeat. It's just there was no other. It was. Oh my god! And the game was long. Like it was like no saves. It was just a long game, and eventually.
Yeah. And of course, in every arcade I've ever been in, there were just the random bar stools that were very uncomfortable. They were made of like metal and then like a very uncomfortable like pleather seat. And those are kind of
right to go.
Yep, and
really
they're scattered,
balanced.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
can't,
yeah,
like, you
yeah.
tilt it and it falls over really easy, but it like wobbles super crazy.
Yeah, and then there is here they have a snack bar kinda. They sell some sodas, some candy
Congealed
and popcorn.
nacho cheese.
Oh, definitely got the nachos.
Yeah, you gotta have the nachos and the 5-day-old chips.
But it's like a prepackaged nacho situation because serving food you cooked there, no. You don't get a food license, you get a snack license.
No, not the 80s. Not the 80s, bro.
Oh, really?
You just do whatever you do.
You do whatever you want in the 80s.
You do whatever you do.
Right.
The line of the 80s.
So there's like,
do whatever you do.
Absolutely. Then in that case, there's got to be like that pot of like molten hot cheese that the kids can just ladle.
You just nailed it. It is exactly
with the pump top too.
The pump
top, not
and the hot dogs on the roller that you don't know how long they've been there, and you think that maybe
maybe even the previous day.
Yeah, the arcade does close, but at night. But you know that there's some older teenagers, and a couple of the adults that they stay after. They're allowed to stay after it closes and all that stuff.
Wow.
So yeah,
some future clients for someone in this party. I don't know who.
Yeah, there's sometimes like you come in the next morning and there's a weird smell, but it's smoking optional in here. There's not so much smoking in here because you don't want to gunk up the machines or anything, but in some places it certainly smells like smoke of some kind. Anyway, so you guys get there and the place is pretty packed with kids from the other junior high, kids from the high school, a couple of adults. A lot are kind of just loitering around, waiting for a chance to play this game. Currently, there is a set of kids about your age playing it right now, and go ahead and let's see. Let's get a roll. Let's get a roll going.
Wait. It's just to call out. We have $1,400 donated.
What?
To
What?
Elevated access.
What?
Oh my god, you guys!
Holy shit!
You guys
What
are
the
intense.
hell? Oh my
You are
god!
intense.
Thank you,
Is it
guys.
like our first stream doing this too?
This is our second. This is our second stream, but still.
I know
Oh
what-
my god!
Oh my god!
Oh.
Holy shit, guys! Thank you.
Wow.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink to that.
Cheers. Sure.
Wow.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
I
By
see.
the way, you should give us a bonus on the next roll. Just FYI.
I will give you. You know what? I will give you guys a bonus on a roll that is important.
There it is.
Okay.
How about
There
that?
it is. That's what perfect.
Just one. Just one.
I need to not look at that tab, or I'm just going to keep staring at Twitch, which is not going to help any of us play this game.
Yeah.
So sorry, I totally got distracted out of what I was going to say.
Yeah, totally.
You wanted us to roll. I have an idea for a roll if you want.
Yeah,
That or you want to do it.
I would love to hear your idea.
I am trying to scout out the machine itself. I know that
Okay.
each machine can come kind of unique to the game depending on it. I want to see the
Mhm.
little quirks though of this type of machine. Does it have like a sticky knob? Is there some sort of kind of thing that I can figure out that may give us like a pragmatic, an edge when we're playing because we know stuff like that. Like
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a comprehend check.
comprehend. I can do that. I think that's one of my good ones. It is one of my good ones.
Sweet.
No bonus die, right?
Nope.
Aha!
Hey!
Oh, success.
2 successes.
Oh,
Two
here,
successes.
folks, let me give. I'll show you the. My apologies. Here, now you can see we have success.
Yeah, I will have to find out for next game, but we are using Roll20 as the dice roller, and this is the same sheet that we used a couple of years ago when we played Tales from the Loop, and it's definitely been upgraded and highly
For
recommended.
sure. Yeah, it is much better than it was before.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will just say real quick, I love this about the whole Roll20 thing. I don't really need to worry about what the dice system is. I can just make a character real quick and click the button, and then I'm as a player. This is super easy. Super easy.
Just enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're looking at the kind of the other kids playing, and trying to see. You all have seen this game be played several times. You've played it all yourselves, but Ryan, you notice that this group of kids are playing it, and they seem to be doing really well, right? Like the joystick isn't sticking. It's one person playing. This is the tournament is for one player. And the buttons seem to be working great. The joystick doesn't seem to be sticking. It looks like that this may have been cleaned, or at least the terminal was cleaned, so that it could have perfection for the gaming.
Tournament. Cool.
Yeah. Can I get I think an investigate check from everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
And let me know if you succeed or fail.
No succeed on my part. Oh, but Mike got 2.
I got nothing.
I'm probably not.
I got 2 successes.
Oh, Otto is nailing it.
Oh,
David with
well.
2. Honestly, it's like we all got 1.
I don't even have
4.
that skill.
Yep. Yeah, you got 2 6s on your 3 dice on your mind. Cool. So a couple of things. Otto, you are watching these kids play the game, and you're also seeing the other group of kids around here as well. Some adults. You see one guy, probably in his mid-20s. he's walking around and has been. He's wearing like a full neon getup with like even a neon hat. Say again?
Is it Billy Mitchell?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, he is all decked out in the most fabulous of 1980s color schemes. And he has been walking around the various games. Like he stopped at the pinball machines and he just seems to kind of stick out. And just like for further explanation of how this room is configured, there are definitely your lines of like pinball and arcade games where you kind of walk down it like it's a hallway. And then you have groups where like 5 machines are in a circle. And the outer loop game that everyone is playing is one of the games in this like circle, or almost half circle. Like, so that's kind of where people are around. So Otto, you notice him. And he just kind of, like I said, sticks out like a sore thumb. John, you are like, okay, like there's tons of kids here and, you know, whatever. And you know that like kids are getting assigned times to like practice. So you kind of figure that you might as well go and do that. You walk up to the kind of register area and you see Tanya's cousin Gary, who is this kind of older teenager about to like get out of high school. He definitely has a gorgeous mullet with big poofy hair. He's wearing a Batman shirt, and he definitely has this style of this is what I want to do with my life. Is
No. I gotta stop you.
What?
Did you say beautiful mullet?
I did. Not as beautiful as yours. Not as beautiful.
Okay. So
I think she called it a gorgeous mullet.
Yeah.
Mullet.
Did she say gorgeous mullet?
Gorgeous.
I need you to hang up right now. Did you?
It does. You know what? I'm sorry. It doesn't rival yours. Like for your age group, yours is.
Kid this. I was ready to kid this because my mullet is the best in the tri-state area.
Right.
Certified, or is this just a country ranking?
Yeah. You know what? At the state fair, he enters into the mullet contest, and he's won. He's won along with like his prize rabbit. He has also won the mullet championship of his age group in this area.
Nice.
Okay, I'll let it go. I'll let it go back. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Back to you, Heather.
So John, you're so Gary is there. You know him.
Yeah.
And he looks a bit drained. There are way more people in his arcade than he wants in his arcade. And it's not his, right? He's just one of the kids that works here. But he has always taken a very much, this is my place, my hangout. And you can tell that he's been putting in some extra hours at here, and not just to like watch the customers. You think that you know that he has been putting in some extra hours to play and practice at the game.
Looking tired, like he's been playing a long time. His fingers are getting those calluses.
Yeah, well, he's
from the old controllers.
Yeah. He's here all the time, right? So the arcade and pinball is his life. So he's already got them calluses, right? He knows how to those 2 buttons, right?
Yeah. Sure.
But he does. He's not like mean or anything to you. He recognizes you, and he's like, "Oh, hey, John, Tanya already signed you guys up."
Oh, that's great. Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna kind of lean in. It's like, hey, I have.
You are this tall.
Yeah, I know.
And Gary is way taller than you. Yeah. He like leans down.
I have this.
Yeah.
Give him a punch.
I'm gonna pull out of my pocket that free drink coupon with 2 more punches. and I'm just gonna like as smooth as a 10-year-old can put that out as a bribe. Like, I need my master video game player to get extra time. I want him on your circuit. I want him, you know, after hours, whatever.
I don't know. We got some pretty strict rules. Roll a charm.
Yeah, I got good charm.
Look at this wheeler dealer at 10 years old.
Let's go. I put max points in charm, baby. Let's go.
Hey, can I help? Can I help?
Ooh, is there a help mechanic?
Yeah, I'll say, how are you going to help? Tell me before you roll, David, how are you going to help?
I am going to hype man that shit. I mean, imagine I got a clock on a chain around my neck, and I'm going, oh my God, you know this is a great deal. Oh my God, you know this is the way to go.
Okay, hold on. I just want to paint this picture here. You are a 10-year-old bribing a 17-year-old with a punch card that still needs 2 punches on it for the facility that he works at.
Only two. Not 2.
Where he can already get free soda.
We're rolling it.
No, we totally are.
Because
I
in
just
my
want to
mind,
point
in
out
my
to you
13-year-old mind, this is totally a legitimate situation.
This is
100%.
This is a good plan in a 10-year-old.
Yeah, this is great.
You need.
Can I reach in my jacket? Can I reach in my jacket?
10-year-old, this is gold.
Yeah.
Can I pull out
a free drink essentially?
Can I pull out a whatchamacallit and add it to the tally?
Not only that, to a 10-year-old, this is some slick shit. Like,
this is so slick.
He is cool.
James Bonding over here.
I'm glad you all see this, because that was exactly. I was like, a 10-year-old would think this free drink coupon is gold.
He does the like look around thing, opens his jacket. You're like, hey man.
Tries to be all
Can I pull out a whatchamacallit? I will pull a luck point to pull out a whatchamacallit.
Like the candy bar?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just
Gavin,
I'm looking at stuff.
The beauty of the whatchamacallit?
Isn't a whatchamacallit a candy bar?
Oh, it is, baby. And it came out in the 80s, and the commercial was beauty. Go to YouTube.
It was. Everybody loved it.
It was a solid second-tier candy bar.
But
okay, so it is. I'm not crazy.
Okay.
Commercial.
So this isn't completely how this skill is used, but I want you to roll lead.
Who?
You. If
Me?
you succeed, you get the number of successes you get are the number of bonus dice that David will get on his roll.
Oh, that's a cool idea. I like that.
All right, let me go lead. I think we're screwed, Dave. I think we're screwed, David. I think we're screwed.
It's okay.
Just as a quick question, I just want to make sure for my comprehend roll, I just have a +1 whenever I'll use that knowledge, right? For my comprehend, since I got 2 successes.
Oh, I gave you extra information.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was that everything was working fine and that it had been cleaned.
Got it.
Yeah, that was the bonus there. Sorry, I didn't emphasize it.
Oh,
David, you do not get a bonus because Gary is just looking at the two of you like, wow, like Gary's just impressed right now.
All right, I'm gonna roll.
I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make it drink. Oof.
I'm gonna roll.
Do it.
No bonus die.
1. Hey,
One success. Okay.
We got
Gary
a success.
Gary kind of smirks and like takes your
This is one of those deals where like he's just like impressed that like, all right,
that you even tried.
Yeah.
It does help that your friend Tanya is his cousin as well. So he slides the punch card across the acrylic counter or whatever it is to him and like looks at it, just not even sure what the fuck he's gonna do with it. And just, you know, those old registers, like the cash drawer pops out and you have all the buttons and there's kind of that top part. He just kind of puts the card up against that top part and lets it sit there because what else? Well, what else is he going to do with a card that's already been punched a bunch of times?
What else is he going to do? He got a free drink.
Yes.
Yeah, but he also has infinite free drinks.
but this will become the artifact of the game because it'll be like, who gets the free drink coupon, and he'll like dole it out to people.
It's not about the action game set. It's about this drink card, right? This punch card.
Yeah. We gotta get that back. Actually, that's a bad deal. Let's get it back.
So he's like, okay, who's your player?
Oh, I don't know.
Worst
Who's
deal
our player?
in the history of deals.
So I will say, like, so playing the game.
Who plays a lot of video
Okay.
Yeah, let me. There's a mechanic to it, so let me
Yeah,
make
let's
sure I
look at what
tell
that
you
is
to
and
you
check our character
correctly.
sheets.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a feeling I won't be
so-
good at playing it, but I'll good at understanding it.
so the program,
Oh,
the
shit, okay,
program
maybe I'm really
skill
good. Okay.
would be the key skill to play this game.
Yeah, that's me then, I guess.
Yeah.
It might be Mike. It
7.
might be Otto.
Oh, it might be. Okay. I have
No,
Savon.
Otto has nothing in program.
Okay.
I got nothing.
I got that's there.
I have no skill in it, so I know that it shouldn't be me.
Yeah, I have no skill in it. I have
Okay.
no skill in program.
So Gary then asks, "Who's your player? Who's your kid?
Yeah, I'm gonna say, man, it's gotta be the computer whiz. Man. It's
The new kid?
It's Ryan. Yeah.
He's probably not even in the circle.
he's still
He's
the
probably
new kid.
still staring at the machine still, and really like peering into it of like
See,
what buttons are.
he's already studying it. My guy's a lock. My guy's a
Mhm.
lock.
Yeah. So okay, he's like, all right, like I'll give you some extra time. All right. A little, yeah. But not too much because, well, you know, like there was a ton of kids here. But yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to the 80s. I'm going back to playing a 7-Eleven, playing track and field, playing the game Defender they had lined up. I learned at the top of the cart, you know the big machine, right?
Uh-huh.
There was a little recessed circle that you could press, and it would reset the machine with 1 credit, and we could play. And we would, the guy would we would do this, and we go click, and we'd reset the machine, and we could play again for free. Can I pull a tinker and see if there's a way that I can get this machine to play for free for us?
Yes, you can, but not right now.
Okay.
Wait, this is a home supposed to be oh wait, no, this is
The
not
prize is the home.
thing.
Yeah, the
The
prize
prize
is the
is
home.
the prize is the not yet released
Okay.
game system.
But
the
that's
game,
not what we're playing on. We're playing on
this
an
is the
actual
arcade.
cabinet.
Right.
Okay.
We got like $5, I think, between all of us in a
10.
coupon card.
Yeah.
Oh no, we lost the coupon card. We
Yeah,
had
the coupon
$5.
card's gone, but you have $10.
I stole.
I'm already
$5
feeling
from
that
Rob.
pain. Yeah,
So,
and then he got $5 for
Okay.
retiring.
We have 10.
Yeah,
Okay. Otto hasn't told anyone about his money.
no, it's true. Sorry, that's
Otto
me.
is
Fair.
definitely
It's true.
like
That's your retirement money. You put that in a 401k
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
crazy.
invest that. Like
That's like
Otto's
$150 today.
considering investment options at this point in time.
he's such a responsible kid. You all know that
He's going to be 12 with a mortgage. I'm telling you.
I would say that,
So-
that John hasn't told anybody that he's got money, but you all know
Mhm.
that John typically does have money, and it's always like he's always like a little sketch about like where he got it from, but he's super happy to use it.
Whereas the exact opposite, I think Otto also always has money.
Mm-hmm.
He's more than happy to tell you that this was my lunch money and I didn't eat lunch that day, or this was what I got for doing this chore or whatever. But he never wants to spend it.
Yeah.
So it's the exact opposite.
That's
It's
so
the-
funny.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love that.
Mm-hmm. So okay. The time for the current people playing the game is up, and you guys are the next in line. You need to pay to play. But the game has already been set to allow you to play for a time limit, not a number of lives. So you do need to pay for about what that would be, which is about like $2.50. You're getting some extra time. Gary did not say that he was going to like lessen the amount that you had to pay for the time. So about $3, $4 will get you some extra time that Gary will then set up. So as like this other crew's time is ending though, who is still watching like the game, or who's watching like the rest of the center, or
Otto is
or
watching the dude in the neon clothes because he is convinced that if it were a lizard man, this is how he would try to blend in with society. He'd be trying too hard and walking around the outside. So Otto is literally like tailing him.
He's looking for looking for the where like the flap of skin opens and you see.
Oh yeah, he's waiting for the kills, you know, or any sign of like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So are you following him around or just watching him?
Oh, following. Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, at a discreet distance and amongst the crowd and whatnot.
As well as the 15-year-old combust.
Yeah. So you watch him and you follow him around, and he seems to like definitely circle or serpentine around like the circular
Serpentine.
Yep. Around where like the circles are with these video games, right? So he's like kind of making an S through them. And then he like goes over and kind of sits at a pinball machine, but turned towards the windows and like where the other kids are playing outer loop. And he kind of chills there for a bit. And while John is getting everything worked out, and Ryan and Larry are waiting to take the opportunity to play the game and maybe like get some extra time or some extra bonuses or whatever. You see this man get up, and your view gets blocked of him, or maybe you just see his hat. Some of the older teenagers kind of get in the way. They're being really rowdy around like one of the games that has like four stations at it.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
For sure. So you lose sight of him. If you want to roll me another investigate check, then
Now, Ryan doesn't believe in snake people. This guy's acting very reptilian. He's sunbathing. He's moving in serpentine patterns. I don't know.
So you lose him, Mike. And then as Larry and Ryan are watching these kids finish up their play, you notice, since you're watching so acutely, that the kid that's playing keeps dying. Whereas he was doing super great before, and it's just like he's a millisecond, he's like a second or so too late on some of the moves. And maybe, you know what, maybe he's just gotten tired. Like he's been playing for 20 minutes or so right now. But you can see that it's frustrating him. And as his time finishes, and Gary has to kind of like yell like, all right, time's up, next. And then this kid and his crew like just are kind of like weirded out, like, and walk off to a corner to kind of like whisper and talk to one another. Rich, before Ryan starts playing the game, did you want to look at it to see? That it runs on like a timer. You're muted.
I am totally tinkering this 100%.
Okay. What do you? Okay.
Did you tell Ryan? Does Ryan know you're trying to help? Can I help in any way?
I know a power cable comes into the bottom of the cab, right? But are there any other switches, dip switches available, areas for me to access without totally opening the back panel or opening the coin door slot? That's what I'm looking for.
Yes, there's a panel on the left side, so you'd be in one of those like pie, like when they don't fit quite together. There's a panel there. You're not quite sure what it would lead to. It's not going to be the electronics that are on the back of that run the game. And you've seen this panel before. It's on almost all the games. But you could potentially pop into that without, like, pop it open without anyone else noticing.
Let's do it.
Okay, roll a tinker. Wait, one second. Don't roll that yet.
And could I help in any way?
I don't think so. This is more just a tinker.
Maybe a little blockage gives me a bonus. Maybe he kind of.
I do have my multi-tool.
Roll a straight body check. And if he succeeds, then you can have a bonus die.
Okay, I roll the body. Alrighty.
Body check.
Let's do it. I don't have the worst, but I don't have to. If I have my multi-tool, can I add a die because of it?
This is more of you like being in the way, not also tinkering with it.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay, 2 successes.
So you get 1 bonus die.
Gavin, or Ryan, we're taking this shit home. We just own this.
It's all yours now. Yeah. You know what? You don't need the at-home system because you got the whole fucking thing that you're taking.
Okay, we're just taking this arcade apart.
There, and we're taking off, bro. Okay, so what do I roll a tinker now?
Roll tinker. And you're gonna manipulate.
And I get to add 2, right?
No, just 1.
Okay. Let's go tinker, add 1 bonus die, and say submit.
Hey.
So
it's interesting because Ryan is not the biggest kid. So he really has to position himself in quite the way for
I'm tall, but I'm like very
stick
right. Yeah, so I'm like if I turn too much to the side, you can see right past me. So I really have to like power squat this. Yeah.
Peacocks look very much like normal birds until they spread their wings.
Mm-hmm. So
more flamingo, but sure.
With the tinker manipulate check, what you're doing here is basically picking the lock on this like side panel to get into it, and then you get a bonus effect. So the options that you have are you don't need to roll to overcome the exact same trouble in the future. You do it quickly, you do it quietly, or you show off while doing it.
Well, let me ask a question. I did a bonus, so I get a question, right?
Yeah, I'm giving you the bonus effects. That's what those were. You can ask me a question for sure.
Okay. As I look inside there, is there a manipulation method that I can slow down gameplay? I can increase agility of the buttons. Is there anything I can do to affect the player, even in a negative sense of slowing down button reaction or increasing gameplay to where while Fancy Pants Man is playing, I can pop in and go tweak because I'm not above cheating. Just FYI.
Yes, but I want you to roll a calculate check first.
Calculate. Oh, good. I have stuff to calculate. Let's see how this goes. Calculate. Oh yeah, baby. 2 successes.
Jesus. Okay. Wow.
It's like I built this machine at this point. It's really like I built it at the farm and we moved it here.
Yeah. So when you succeed on a calculate question, you get the initial. You can get to ask 2 questions out of this group. What is its purpose? How does it work? How can I use it? Who built it? What problems could it cause? Is it illegal?
I want to know what problems can it cause.
Okay, so by tinkering with this panel here, what you find when you open it is a couple of buttons, like switch buttons. Woo! Down we go.
Woo!
What was it?
That was a Jameson shot. So yeah.
Woo! So those switch buttons and no wires here that you can see, not like exterior. And then there's like those little itty bitty lights that are blinking different colors. So that's what you see. What you think these do, there's 4 switches, and that's like 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. And you think this is actually like the lighting dimming portion, like for the game. So this could, you think that this controls the like outer lights, like of the actual like arcade console, but could affect the like TV tube that's in the game as well.
So Dance is playing. I could affect the brightness, the contrast capabilities of the screen.
You're still kind of limited here because it's just some switches that you're turning on and off. But yes, you have found a way to access that. So you get a bonus effect, which is you can ask an additional question or take +1 die on a roll when you use this information next.
+1.
So just hold on. You have that +1 should this come up later. And remember it. So if we don't use it this session, it will go with you. So
I would write it in your notes. Just like write +1 to hacking machine or something.
Put it in my notes.
Otto. Oh, actually, John, what are you doing? Let me go there first.
Yeah, I think that John is I was kind of thinking that like John is probably like kind of a crowd kid. So he's probably been watching the crowd this while.
Okay.
Some people have been focused on individuals, some people have been focused on the machine. I think John is like nearby, but really just like kind of scoping out the other kids and the adults that are trying to play. And
okay, sure. So there is a group of kids. So there's a group of kids that just finished, and that was 2 boys and 2 girls. And the boy that was playing seemed really like upset that the game wasn't working the way that he thought it was. Like it started malfunctioning in his mind while he was playing.
Yeah.
And so they're off in a corner talking about that. There's another group of kids your age, you actually go to school with them. That's you know them as the Voights, which are 2 brothers. There's the Sky Warner. And Lucius, sorry. So the Lucius is your age, and he like just upgraded into being part of this group of kids. You know Bryce and Dixon. Dixon is wears a leather jacket too.
Oh, wow.
He really you guys don't have the same taste in music, but you do have the same taste in fashion. If that makes sense. At least in the leather, like a leather style. Bryce is the other Voight, and he looks annoyed to be here, and as if he should be somewhere else, and he's just been pulled along for the ride, and he doesn't really want to be here for it. And then Lucius is just excited to be around other people.
That's awesome.
They're also talking in a corner. They don't seem as engaged in playing this game and winning as the other groups here. It seems like that they're just here because this is a thing going on.
Sure. It's the scene.
Yeah, it's the scene, and maybe they can win, but also like none of them really, like you haven't really seen any of them game really.
Yeah.
Like they're more bowling kids. You see them at the bowling alley. Like
Gotcha. I think I'm gonna go and like talk to them a little bit, because I think that I don't think that my character is super into the game either. And so he's gonna go kind of look at these and like, just kind of like put his thumb towards them, all the rest of the group, and it's like, we all know that it's gonna be one of the adults that win, right? I mean, they're the ones that always have the time to play these things a ton. They always have the money, kind of thing. Like,
Gavin, I'm
gonna try and do like this is a rigged thing.
Gavin, do you want to role play Bryce?
Sure.
Okay. I'll let Bryce have the answer because that is going to be the most funny to me. So the other kids, Dixon looks like he's about to say something. Sky is kind of just, Sky is Sky. Like that's, everybody says that about them. They are free flowing, free loving. The Sky just kind of just is chill. He's the chillest. They go by all the pronouns. And then there's Bryce, who's always a little off-putting and answers you.
A little ball of anger. He goes, yeah, this is just a stupid waste of time. It's like, why are they even coming into the mall? Right? Like, it's dumb. Yeah, totally. I mean, like, we should just, like, and he's like, there's like so many like words trying to come out of his head, but like, there's like a filter that's stopping it. And so it's just kind of coming out as this like jumbling mess. Like he's just frustrated. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to stay here with them and keep like chatting about this. This is the hook for John to like get involved in a conversation about exactly this.
Perfect.
And that'll be good. Because I like the idea of John is kind of like talking to another group, but kind of watching the group, the crowd, right? Yeah. And he's not really like on the machine.
Yeah. And while Bryce is actually probably playing with his hand wraps, if I had to guess, because Bryce boxes, Lucius is happy to tell you anything you want to know about anything. And that doesn't even have to do with being here in this moment. He is an open book. Like I said, he is your age, and is just happy to talk. And unless you stop him, he'll just keep going. So between Bryce kind of being a little, I guess not off-putting, but like, downer. He's a downer. On the opposite side of that coin, Lucius is very talkative. Yeah. So they'll keep you busy for a little bit.
Awesome.
Cool. Otto, your man comes back into view.
Okay.
And the crowd kind of moves. He's no longer at the pinball machine he was sitting down at. In fact, he's kind of doing the serpentine again. But as he kind of does this coming back around, he stops to look at the video game console, or at the console again, as Ryan is starting to play. And he kind of stops to watch and then leaves.
And we're gonna keep following him.
So as you see Ryan start to play, Ryan, the game, like the start screen is fine, but as you start to play, it does seem a little off. Again, it's just like maybe a millisecond behind where it should be, which is more annoying and aggravating than anything. Because at first you're just like, "This is level 1." Like,
can I tell that it's like it's not the hardware? It's not like gunk, because I know it's been recently cleaned. It's not like gunk in the buttons and the joystick. It's like the input is the problem. Yeah,
there's something different about. We lost Rich
drop.
There's something different about the gameplay, the way it's playing. Otto, can you roll an investigate check for me, please?
Yep.
Sorry,
2 successes.
A great song just came up in my headphones.
2 successes. Wow, we didn't have a lot of 2 successes. Good.
Remember when we used to play Gavin and you couldn't roll for shit?
I rolled 24 die and I didn't get 1 6. Yep.
Yeah. That was a bad night for us. Otto, you watch this guy in the neon clothing as he stands there and watches Ryan play. And he's kind of fidgeting with his hands in his pockets. And after a little bit, he just kind of nods to himself, really, and turns around to walk out. while you're looking at this, at him and at Ryan playing the game, you notice up on the like top right of the monitor that there's some new wording up there. Normally it would have your score and like the number of lives you have, and it still has that, but now it has a number that is going up and down as Ryan plays. It's like it starts in the 80s, goes up to the 90s, and kind of goes back and down until it levels out. And then under it, there is another symbol, and in this case, it says AB minus. So you see that, and you see this guy leave. You do. Okay, so first, because you rolled an investigate and you succeeded, you get to ask 2 questions of the list of what is hidden here and where is it? What does this mean? What has happened here? How can I get into, out of, or past something? What threats can I perceive here, or where is it?
Okay, so I guess what we'll go with the first one is what does it mean? Do I got any idea what the extra text means?
Yeah, actually you do. You have seen this before when going with Oma to get her blood pressure taken. And to get like her blood drawn. They take your blood pressure and they take your pulse. And you've seen similar like numbers go up and down. So you think that it's judging pulse. And then the AB minus makes you think of blood type.
This is absolutely setting off every conspiracy theory red flag. You just...
Hell yeah. You are lit.
Like, Otto's eyes have now like grown larger than the circles of, or than the size of his glasses. Like they're outside of his head out here. Like, obviously they're capturing information. See, at first he thought the lizard man was here, try to steal technology. But now obviously they're getting information on people, possibly to clone us, so that when they take us over, they can fit in. But something is going on here.
So my question to you then is, do you follow this gentleman out, or do you explain to do you stay to talk to your friends? Or somewhere in between where you do something different?
So he's not going to bother Brian because he's playing the game. Larry is obviously doing something he shouldn't be doing, playing the game or messing around. He's currently Ryan's hype man and assistant. But John, so he needs John.
Yep.
He needs him, and so as subtly as he can, which for him means that he like looks around until he sees him and then does the whole jump up and wave like hey, and then like big hands like towards the door and hurry.
Yeah, he turns to his like new acquaintances, right? And is like done writing his like home phone number on a scrap of paper for the one that was talking his ear off about
Bryce.
Bryce.
Or no, the kid Lucius is the one that's talking his ear off.
Yeah.
Lucius, yeah.
I'm like, hey, I think I have a friend. I gotta go. Looks important.
Okay, next time. Yeah. We'll totally lay. I think we have robotics class together or something.
I'm like already leaving.
Yep. Yeah. He just turns back to talking to Bryce.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. And so
real quick, Mike, you get a +1 die roll on the next time you use this information. So similar to Rich.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make sure I
Yeah, I'll follow you. He'll follow you. Like if you're leaving the arcade, he's gonna follow you, kind of thing. Like wherever you go, he's on your. He's gonna catch up to you.
So I got a +1 on the next time I use this information.
Yeah, when you use the information that you just gleaned, about the pulse and potentially the blood type.
This is great. New video games are so fun, especially in this town.
Yeah. Okay. So I had 2 questions. So the first one is what do those mean?
What does it mean? So you get a second one.
So the second one, obviously this guy set that up there. Can I use it to? Can I use my second one to find out any information about maybe how this guy did it? Like you said, he had his hand in his pocket. Can I see any signs of maybe there's an antenna on the machine too, or maybe he's got a remote control in there and he's
So we're kind of doing a what has happened here.
Okay.
Right? He was acting weird and you watched him walk around. Also, no one wears what he was wearing, and sure, some kids wear neon, but not head to toe.
He's trying too hard. He's trying to fit in. He's a lizard man.
Yeah.
We understand.
So you lost sight of him, and you know that this, like I said, it's like a semicircle of where these games are.
Which we already know is suspicious because this is in a dark room with a lot of video games, and the man made out of neon managed to disappear from sight.
Yeah. So what you think has happened, as this has kind of been timed with the weirdness that Ryan is seeing, is obviously he got behind the machines somehow. And maybe he did something because you know that what is on the screen now is not what is normally there.
Right.
And you can ask one additional question because you.
What were my other options?
What is hidden here and where is it? What does it mean? What has happened here? How can I get into, out of, or past something? What threats can I perceive here? Where is it?
There's some good questions for a blood taking.
Well, let's go with the hidden one. What is hidden here?
There is. You kind of put together your math up on the wall in the peripheral. There is something that has been attached to the machine that has caused a change. And you assume that it is on the back of the machine because you lost sight of this man. You can get to the back of the machines there without having to move anything. So you think something has been attached to the machine.
Okay.
I think at this point you're kind of standing there. John has joined you, and Larry is not that far from you. He's kind of sitting at the edge of the machine, looking in this panel he's opened up. And you know that whatever Larry has done has not affected the machine. This is something totally different from what Larry has done. Okay. In case that's where your mind went there for a second, Larry's fucking around with the machine.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to assume that Larry has broken something that he wasn't.
Yep. But from your check, you can tell he hasn't.
Always.
Larry, why did you add this device into our machine? That wasn't properly authorized by me.
Yeah. No. As soon as he sees that John is following, then he is on the heels of this dude.
Okay, so you and John follow. Do you tell anything to Ryan or Larry?
No. They're busy. First, Ryan's got to keep his head in the game.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan would have been listening out for anyone except for maybe Larry.
And chances are, if he said anything to Larry, Larry's gonna get distracted and rip a wire out or something. Plus he doesn't want to draw attention to Larry. Larry's doing something sneaky he shouldn't be doing. So let's not also So unfortunately, I'm gonna leave the two of them completely in the dark on this one. This is gonna be a covert task for Raptor A and Night 2 or whatever it is.
So what do you tell John? Assume that also the player of John had his headphones off and didn't hear everything I said.
Right. So as soon as John starts to follow, Otto's heading out the door. And assuming that John catches up, Otto's going to be like, we got to get the guy in the neon clothes. The one that's wearing all neon. He did something back there.
Some neon, dude? Okay. Yeah. Let's find him. What do we?
I think he's a lizard man.
Well, okay, but he's wearing neon like a bright.
Wearing neon, and I think he has a remote control. I think he's throwing the game off, and we gotta get. I think he's got a remote in his pocket. We gotta get him.
Like
so, it's like impossible to not see this guy. Like extra investigation checks not needed. Like,
gotcha.
You see this dude, it's like start taking off his jacket, and he has a neon shirt under it too, and head towards a vehicle in the parking lot.
Is it like an adult?
Yeah, he's like in his mid to late 20s.
Oh my god! Like that old guy over there?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So this guy takes off his coat. You said he had put his hands in his pockets when he was messing with the stuff, right?
When he was walking out of the door, yes.
Was it his pants pockets or his coat pockets?
His coat pockets. And so now also this is like weird to y'all. Like this is like a pleather. Well, it's like a windbreaker. It's just a weird it's weird fashion choices all around. And so but you watch as he like throws it over his shoulder in like such a fashion model-esque JCPenney catalog sort of
obviously
way.
A practiced and or programmed action.
Yeah. So he still has a hat and the weird sunglasses on, which you imagine isn't helping his vision much. But he just flips it over. He flips the jacket over his side, so like most of the jacket is behind on his back.
So if you would have, Otto's going to do a thing that I would never have assumed that Otto would have done, but apparently Otto is a little braver than I thought. Without really checking with John, Otto's gonna try to run by and grab this guy's coat.
Yes.
He's gonna try to snatch and grab at
him. So as you start running in, John's gonna follow you at a trot. Like, what are we doing here?
And you guys are in
run like, and it's like even here, like we gotta get the coat. Like that's all. Like you heard, we got it. It's in the coat. We gotta get the coat, and then it's like a start a jog, and then it's into a full run, and then he's just full barrel after this guy.
All right.
So, go ahead, David.
I think that John is gonna do like, he's gonna do like distraction because the guy's walking to his car, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Then like,
John's it's a nice car too.
Awesome. John's gonna run up and like with his like leather jacket that has like some sort of like band of like metal junk, he's gonna like bang it on the side of that car and be like, "Hey, old man," and get him to look at me. God. Get him to look at me while my buddy snatches that jacket.
Yeah, because he's just got that jacket over his shoulder with like one finger, right? You could just grab that and go.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions. David,
this is me trying to help.
I know. I get you. What car is John banging on? Like the car that this gentleman is going to, or just a random car in the parking lot?
The one he's going to.
Okay, and then Mike, is Otto? How is Otto getting this jacket? Is he just like he's running and he's just gonna rip it off this guy? Is he gonna try and sneak his hand into a pocket?
Oh no,
is he
it's
gonna like
snatch and grab.
push the guy over?
His theory is that this guy's holding this jacket by like his finger, right? Because you said he took it and he put it over, so it's one finger. He can over, even if this guy's an adult. I mean, obviously this guy's like in his 50s or something,
right?
Because he's like full grown.
That's how
and
age
everything.
works.
So so still at 12 we could overpower that finger. And so he's just gonna do that whole thing where he like runs by him, grabs hold of it with like both hands and doesn't stop, and his own momentum and surprise will carry this through.
Okay. What this is lovely. I love this. What I want you to do, David, is roll a charm. I know it doesn't sound like the right thing, but it is. And then we're gonna hold on that. And I'm gonna move to Larry. So go ahead and roll that for me.
This guy's picture is he's such a douche with the purple
I put it
hat
in
and the
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, he needs to get
if you're not paying attention to my players, to what I'm putting in Roll20, you need to look at Roll20.
He needs to get robbed every day of the week.
Yeah, he needs to get robbed while wearing that clothing. Preferably of that clothing, so it can be thrown away.
Whoever's in charge of tech needs to make that show up on the screen.
I don't know how to. I don't have a space. Oh, I do.
Put it over the dice if you can.
Oh yeah, here that's a good point. How can I?
Sorry, I didn't want to bother Taylor with.
No, you get things
I needed.
This is actually brilliant. I got it.
So while we do that, Larry, you see out of the corner of your eye that John and Otto take off outside, but you have this panel open and Ryan is like playing his time. You notice that the switches and the lights, like the switches stay where they are, but those little lights that I mentioned earlier, they were like just blinking a color. And it was just pretty standard. And now like there's 4 of these little lights and they keep going off in succession. Just over and over and over. And that is completely different from how it was working previously. So as you're sitting there watching, it does these lights in succession, and then like 2 of them go to steady blinking all the time. So just steady blinking on 2 of them. Is there something that you'd want to do, Larry?
That's
You're muted, just in case.
Yeah, you're also muted. So, did you share it, David?
I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm holding my action.
Okay. Ryan, this is starting to piss you off.
I bet.
Like, you also now see the like new things that are on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And the AB minus has stayed the entire time. As you're getting more annoyed, that number that initially I said was like in the 80s and 90s is now going up. You don't think it's affecting your gameplay other than just it being weird. It's just some new information that's on the screen. But it's also weird that new information on the screen would appear a day before the tournament.
Yeah.
Like normally you would assume that you would have been told that there was a change to the game.
Did I notice this info when I was like first investigating this?
When the other kids were playing? When you initially did that investigation check, this information was not there.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Katrina, will you reshare Jeremy Smith with me? Because I closed the window that he was in, and I can't get him back.
I just clicked show to players again. Did that pop it up?
I did not.
If you go to your characters, it's one of the options there. You should be able to
In handouts.
Yeah. I'm trying to click on them, double click on them, and it's not letting me see them.
Is your character sheet in front of him? Maybe.
Nope. I closed my character sheet. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. I was trying to get this.
It's not there?
Trying to get it so I can see it big. It's just like a little teeny tiny picture. Sorry.
Is it sharing on a? Hold on.
Yeah,
no, it's not in another. It's not in another window. I've kind of been looking around.
No, I meant that I accidentally share it as a map, but it doesn't look like it.
It's in there. It's in the handouts. Sorry for this.
It's okay. I just wanted to.
I mean, we need the world to see this.
So
yeah,
good.
it
It's
does
so
have to be seen.
So good. It's so good.
So Ryan,
Mm.
what do you say anything to Larry?
I would definitely say something to Larry, like, hey, I don't know what you did, but there's some new data on here, and everything just feels off right now. He'll probably say more technical terms than I probably am truly aware of at my level of knowledge of 80s arcade, but
David, I just tried to make it go up again.
Oh, thank you. Perfect.
and then I'll just try to keep playing. So I'm not expecting kind of any answer. I'm just letting Larry know that something's up. I don't know if he did it or not. Something's up though, and I'm going to keep playing. And I'm trying to alter my strategy to compensate knowing that, but it's almost impossible without,
Okay. Go ahead and roll a program check for me. Rich, with that new info, does that change Larry's?
I think I'm going to try and tinker with that once he does it.
Oh, shit.
To tinker with what, the panel that you have right now? Or
yes, the panel I have right now.
I just rolled 3 successes.
Oh, maybe I just shut up.
No, it's fine. What the program check is that Ryan, you have started to find the pattern.
Do I know the deeper pattern of the game, or am I just a pattern to compensate for the lag?
I would say that you're able to compensate for the weirdness, but what's interesting is as you continue to play, now that you've figured out this one compensation, compensating for this, as you continue to play, it gets harder. Not the compensating, but there is more. Maybe you don't know it, you know it on a subconscious level that your eyes are moving around a lot more. There's a lot more on the screen that you're trying to track. And now the pulse has gone up. The AB minus has stayed. And now there's just something else up there that says sequencing. So you see all of those things. Larry,
oh my God.
You also can see that there's changes on the screen. And you were sitting there when sequencing started to come up.
I think I'm going to tinker and see if I can affect that from inside.
Okay. First, roll me a calculate check. Or no, a comprehend check. I'm sorry.
A comprehend? Oh, I'm screwed. I don't comprehend much.
Wait.
Let's see how that turns out.
Hey, you got a success.
Oh, look at that. Some days you get lucky.
Those.
What is your calculate? Sorry.
My calculate's better. A 2.
Go ahead and roll calculate. It's what I should have asked for. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But if you don't get a success, we'll keep the success you have. I
got our neon friend.
Did you?
I do. I saw that, dude. It's awesome.
Oh, love
there
it.
he is.
He's
There
so
he
ridiculous.
is.
He's so ridiculous.
Why? Oh, okay. I submitted it twice because I didn't see the first one hit. It was 0 both times.
Yeah, well, you got a 1 on the first one, so I just wanted to, yeah.
Yep.
David, did you also want to show off Gary Miller?
Oh my God.
So
that
beautiful.
one. Will that one come up for you?
I love the guy showing up.
Yeah, here, let's Gary Miller for everybody.
Oh God.
He's wonderful.
He's so, I mean,
Oh yeah.
that like
Look at the undeserved confidence of that photo.
I tried to have that haircut when I was in the 80s. It didn't work. I tried so hard.
Yeah.
Larry, you know, like the comprehend check was you cannot affect what is going on with whatever Ryan is experiencing from this panel. You wouldn't, like, this does not lead to that. You would need to go behind the machine. And while you make that decision, we're going to go back to Otto and John. John started banging on this guy's car.
Yeah.
I have 2 car names in my head, and it's neither of those things. It is not quite a sports car, but trying to be one. Like, sure. It's not a Porsche, it's not a Corvette. It is trying to be those. It is a knockoff.
It's like a budget sporty.
It's a Miata
car.
Yeah, it is like a budget sporty car. Like,
yeah.
You have seen this guy Sans Neon in a car commercial. Like not like this guy, but like, like,
yes,
this whole thing. So you bang on his car, which he like whips towards you this way, which means Otto is running this way as this guy looks at you. So Otto, roll a move. No. Well, I'll leave it up to you. A move or a force with a 1 bonus die.
Okay, so I have
take
0
this
on
guy's
both of them, so I'll just whatever's. What if I want to use a luck?
So luck is when you fail the roll.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me verify because that's important to know. Yeah, a luck is just used for when you fail a roll and you can re-roll it without taking a condition.
Okay.
We've pretty much passed all of our rolls so far, so we haven't had to talk about conditions, but
yeah.
Holy shit.
4 successes, baby.
Holy shit.
4 successes. When I have 0
boom,
in the skill.
Chaka-laka-laka, boom.
I'm like
on 5 die, 4 successes. That's very impressive.
Okay.
Grab this and vault the car, and I'm off.
Yep.
So you get the coat. 100% you get the coat, right? Like, not even a question.
Not only do you get the coat, you are the goat at this point forward.
Yeah.
You now have the goat coat.
Yeah. John, you see Otto move faster than you've ever seen him move before.
Hey, I have run from some bullies, okay? I know how to get away from somebody.
Fair. But you also, like, you've never seen him be graceful really either. And so, like, just the way that he's
in the skill. So, like, that whole thing was very unexpected.
Yeah, like, he grabs the coat. He, like, rolls over another car.
Oh, yeah. So I hop up and do the hood slide across.
Yeah. So there's you get a lot of bonus effects with this. So let's talk about what a couple of them might be. You can give a success to another kid. That's not really the situation we're in. Just as a heads up, like if we were doing a sneak test and you succeeded with an extra, you could give it to another kid. Nice. You can impress, frighten, or humiliate, pin an opponent, take something from your opponent. That's already the effect that we have. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same effect. So should you want to steal somebody else's coat, you can avoid trouble in the future, like of a similar kind, or you can avoid any collateral damage.
Definitely going to avoid any collateral damage.
Okay.
I don't want this guy to be able to see your ID. Like, I'm there and I'm gone before he knows what's happening. And
So,
can I give a success to David to make sure he gets away?
yes, I will allow you to because you got 4 successes.
One of those
I
things
have a
made this great.
question: is do you leave the jacket and just take the thing out of the jacket, or do you keep the jacket? You have enough time here to maneuver something out of the coat and leave the coat.
I think he's.
Because I'm looking at that, you avoid any collateral damage, but you don't. You can keep the coat, and we can work it out. It's a beautiful coat.
Is the coat like going to be collateral damage?
It's something of his that you might still have on you.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Now, if I can just get the thing that he was using, that's enough. We can leave the coat from there.
Okay.
Maybe I throw the coat back in his face, so he can't see which way we went. And Otto definitely yells "scatter," because that's a thing you yell.
Yep.
There's only 2 of us, but
Everybody
scatter
runs-
is definitely.
Everybody runs
more.
in opposite directions. Yep.
Okay, cool. So you put your hand into the pocket of this wonderful pleather windbreaker, and you grab like a remote, maybe this big, and it has a couple buttons on it, and it also has 4 lights, like little lights at the top, 2 of which are blinking in succession, just over and over. The guy like yells like what the starts like yelling and cursing at John, but then his coat comes flying back over the hood of the one car, and then it hits the ground, and he looks all pissed off at that, and so he kind of like doesn't know where to put his attention.
Right.
And then Otto yells "scatter," and you 2 run off. Now so you're in a big parking lot in like what is a strip mall, basically. Right. And so the arcade, it's like an L, and the arcade is over here on the short end. And then there's a major boulevard on 2 sides, and then like trees and shit behind the building. So you're kind of pinned in a little bit. But the dude looks like he's gonna get his coat and like check on his car because this kid with rivets and shit in his coat just pounded on it. Yeah. So you 2 are like, are scot-free. Like he does not follow you guys.
Okay.
Oh,
so my successes were that I got the thing. I gave 1 to David to get away. I got 1 to avoid the collateral to get the thing out. I guess could the last one be that I could do this again sometime?
I would. What is the thing? How does it work?
Well, you can't tell it with a force check.
Oh, okay.
So, I would say you can do we'll give you a bonus die in the future to make a similar move of like rushing and doing something. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Rich and Larry and Ryan.
Well, I get since I got 3 successes on my thing, do I get any sort of kind of bonus effects from it, or did I just okay?
What did you rolled a programming, right?
Yeah, I rolled a program, and I got 3 successes. If I could, the one I was angling for is I don't have to overcome that exact same trouble in the future, so I'm like kind of prepared to do well. If that applies in the way that I want, if not, no worries. Whatever you recommend.
So if you're intending for it to help you overcome this check when playing the game, I cannot give that to you.
That's fair.
Like I can't give you a blanket, you win. But you can give a success to Larry if he is going to do something. Yeah, it's
So
just
do I get one or
unfortunately
two
that
choices?
is not one I can give you.
That's okay. What is it? One or two choices?
You can get two choices.
Okay. All right. I'd like new and unexpected information,
Mm-hmm.
and then in any way I can help Larry, I would like to help Larry.
Okay, what you got, Larry? Muted.
You're muted.
I'm still thinking I'm watching. I'm not entirely too sure what I need to change at this point. So
Then
with the calculate before, it was like you can't change anything from here.
right.
So okay, so Ryan, you wanted to see like what other information?
Yep. New or unexpected information, other than the kind of sequencing, if applicable.
You just sorry.
Or maybe something like or like a strategy or some sort of something maybe in the game too that could also be helpful for me in the future. Anything.
Yeah, I think you see the sequencing going on. The pulse is still going, and now it's saying sequencing, and then under it is a new like 5-digit number. And it's like it isn't like sticking on a number. It keeps like the digits keep moving, but they continue to like cycle.
Got it. Okay.
And you hear Gary yell that you guys have 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Larry, from your position where you are, you can see, like, if you lean back against one of the consoles, you can see like into that middle area, and you see like a middle area behind everything, and there's just a mess of wires back there, right? Like you've seen it all before, just a bunch of shit, like back there. But now that you're kind of like, because you're just kind of waiting to like do something, see what Ryan needs help. You notice that like those glow in the dark symbols on the ground, not symbols, but like planets and stuff that have lost their color over time, like they don't glow anymore. There's a couple behind there that are glowing, that are fluorescing, which nowhere else like really around you is that happening.
Am I able to create a pattern match or be able to comprehend the idea of what I'm seeing?
You think something back there is shining on it, causing that stuff to fluoresce. And as you watch a little longer, you realize that it's getting brighter and getting brighter and dimmer in time with the 2 lights that are blinking on the panel that you're looking at.
Oh. Can I affect my panel to stay bright, to affect those lights to stay bright?
Roll a tinker check.
All right, tinker check. I got this. Tinker. I'm a gnome. Oh, no good.
So you can do a couple of things here.
I'm going to spend a point of luck.
Okay, spend a point of luck and reroll.
There we go, 1 success. And I'm going to mark it off my list. Boop.
Yep. And so your question was, can I do something here to affect back there?
Yeah, I see a correlation.
Yeah, so you like look at it, and at first when you were looking at it, you didn't see a way that you could get any tools or anything into this part of the system. But now that you've had like a good bit of time since Ryan's been playing to look at this, you see that you can reach a tool back behind those 4 lights and maybe maneuver a wire. And by doing that, it'll turn off one of the lights.
Ryan, multi-tool.
Do you give him your multi-tool? You're muted.
You're muted.
Oh, sorry.
You're pulling a wrench.
I'm playing hardcore. I would, since it's in my like pocket, I'm gonna like still playing, like shimmy it out of my body.
So you get the multi-tool.
Yes.
And
he will say though, don't break it.
Of course not.
So with that successful tinker with the luck, you succeed in getting one light to turn off. So one light is still glowing. And the lights in the back of the machine, it has gotten dimmer. So it's not like as bright as it was before. And then separately, Otto with the remote, the blinking lights have gone from 2 to 1. So while where are Otto and John going? Are they going back inside?
Yeah, I think if I'm scot-free, I'm going to make my way back into the arcade because we, we're also, as a 10-year-old gonna do, probably I probably huddled down between some cars for a while and figured, I think I ditched the guy, so I'm gonna go back into the building where we found him from because that's the thought process of a 10-year-old. And I'm gonna go into where my friends are, and maybe like take off my jacket. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna take off my jacket, act like a different 10-year-old walking.
Yeah, this is a momentous occasion that you took your jacket off.
Yeah, like whew.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
The guy does not follow either of you. He gets into his car and throws his jacket into the passenger seat, and you hear him drive off.
As soon as he drives up, Otto hops up and you see his head come up over the hood of a car. He's like, I think he's gone.
Let's what'd you get? Did you get his wallet or something?
No. What did I get?
So it's a remote with a couple of lights on it that are blinking on the front part. You don't see any buttons necessarily on it. It's really just like a black, like, I don't know. It's my iPhone without anything on it. It's like that size.
He's like, I think it's a remote. He was using it to do something to the machine.
It's just got some blinky lights on it. I thought you were getting his wallet or something.
No, why would I need his wallet?
Find the address of the lizard people. I don't know. It seemed you needed his jacket. I was really not clear on all the steps.
I'm just kind of pulled into this. I am 10 years old.
The guy walked all the way around all the machines, right? So he set up a perimeter, probably placing sensors or stuff throughout the whole place. And then he fiddled around with this in his pocket. And then extra stuff came up on the screen that looked like blood pressure and blood type. I don't know if it's like something that's hooked into the machine where he's taking vital signs. Maybe he's cloning people. I don't know. Maybe this is the receiver for that information. We had to get it off of him.
Okay. All right. Well, show me what you saw because I didn't see any of that stuff.
Yeah. Come on back. We'll go back in. We'll get Larry to look at this later. Or Ryan. Yeah.
So you guys go back inside.
Yep.
Ryan is still playing the game. It looks like Gary is giving Ryan a bit of extra time. Due to his being bribed earlier. So you guys are all able to get back to the machine where Ryan is playing and Larry is sitting down next to with a panel open. And you see Otto, since you had seen it before, there is now more information on the screen than there was previously. and that is pulse, the AB minus. The sequencing is still going. And then there's like a 5-digit number where the numbers are still like moving, but one of them has stopped on a 8. The first number has.
First on the left or first on the right?
First on the left. Yeah, first on the left. First one on the left is an 8. And so all 4 of you are together. Well, Ryan is still playing.
How am I doing, by the way?
Roll a program check for me.
You're rocking it. Don't even ask. You are like in the top 2% tier.
I mean, you are like, without this, before we see this roll, but still go ahead and do it. You are really good at this game. Like, regardless, like without anything going on, you were already going to participate in this tournament and be a contender against Gary, probably.
Yeah.
And
against Gary? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Who is the one that you think has the most experience and who's also going to be like, and has been practicing a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have been able to compensate for whatever the machine has been throwing at you. But I don't know I'm not sure how Ryan feels about this, but like, you know, something's wrong with the game. Mm-hmm. And it's almost, or it is potentially unfair to other people who may have not gone to practice, who don't know that there's difference in the game. Like, there's some implications here, which you may, I mean, you're 13, like you may or may not care about that. Like, but you know that you've had to like change your gameplay. And like, there's a thought there of, what if this is different tomorrow though? Or the day of the tournament? Like, what if it goes back to normal and my practice time has been fucked up because of this? So, and John and Otto are come up behind you kind of to watch you finish your roundup.
Cool. Yeah, I'm like definitely focused at this point. Since I know that, like, I'm sure Gary's just like also hanging over my shoulder now because he's like giving us extra time, so he's kind of also blocking other kids.
Yeah, because there's other kids that are complaining that you've gotten more time.
Yeah.
So you think that maybe you have another minute or so to play.
Those kids. Cool. We're gonna push them back.
I did roll.
Yeah, and that's you are definitely being able to like do these different things.
Not that
But yeah, like other than like the timing on the game and this weird new information, you're doing fine.
Cool.
And then Gary comes up and he's like, "All right, it's you guys got to get like the next kids are ready. Like we're open tomorrow, but the list is full for the rest of the day." Tanya was able to get you in for like a little bit, so.
I would kind of like pull Gary aside, and I don't talk to Gary a lot, but I feel like of like the world, I probably know him more than most people would know me. And so I'd be like, so I kind of pull him aside and go, "Gary, did you change anything? This is acting a little funky."
No, I've been at the concession stand, like.
But do you train on like a different setting or something?
No, like we don't mess with the machine at all. Like the machine was like checked out by the loop like yesterday.
Yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why it's all cleaned and everything.
When did you last play?
I don't know, maybe like lunch today. Like
and
12?
you didn't see anything funky? It wasn't like off by? Okay.
I didn't see anything. Why?
It felt really bad. It felt like something was like holding me back, or maybe some sort of like input delay. But I saw the buttons have good response, but the actual game and it's interpreting that is kind of off.
Roll a charm check, please.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Nah, nope.
He's just like, man, I don't know. Maybe it was just a bad day for you. But
I did pretty good, but something's just off about it. You don't have to believe me, but when you play again later tonight, just kind of keep your eyes a little up, kind of extra open.
all right, I'll keep an eye out for it. And he kind of he does that adult thing where whatever you were saying, just kind of whatever's it, and you guys get kind of like, what do you do, Larry? Because Ryan is no longer on the machine, and you have that panel open.
I think he's frozen.
No, he's not.
No, he's there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely frozen for me. Interesting. Okay. Sorry.
Trying to figure out what to do.
I know, dude. I want to go take these patterns and go to the library and research them. What is it? What are we doing?
Well, so we need as a group meta real quick. The four of us need to get together and share information because we have some information. You have some information. So we need to he's off the game now. Let's go find our friends. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Sorry, there was one bit of info I wanted to know. I don't know if I had to roll for it, but when I stopped playing, did the sequencing go away? Not the numbers, but like the thing called sequencing. Did that disappear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, when you got done and it went back to it, went fully back to the start screen. All of that was gone, and you kind of see the next kid start, and that information isn't.
It's not there.
Not all that pulse number is there.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of that information is not.
Okay.
I guess my question for you, Rich, was as Ryan is leaving the game, are you going to stay there at that panel while another kid plays?
Oh.
Or are you going to get up? Because I'll leave it up to you. But I want to find out.
I'm staying. I want to see what happens. I'm going to stay. I may need to roll some stealth checks or some other things, but I want to see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to are you going to mess with the panel anymore? Or
no,
are you leaving that open?
I'm at my panel. I want to see if they see artifacts. I'm just curious if the loop is just talking to him or whether it's talking to all of us.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and, no. So you sit there because you said it out loud. So you're sitting there. The panel is open and you had messed with the thing. And so it's just that one light that's blinking now. But it's still at the same interval. You watch this other group of kids and it's like this kind of petite girl, probably 15, 16. And she has like another girlfriend with her with like the big puffy Farrah Fawcett hair. And she starts to play and you overhear her like say something to her friend. Oh, it's working weird. And then you can also see the screen and you see the pulse. You see it's at a very low, like in the 70s. 60s, 70s. She's very chill. Like she plays a very chill game. But eventually you see another thing come up and it says A+. And then and so you start to see that come up and you see that number go up and down. And it starts to get up more as the girl is playing more.
Well, what does it mean, Heather? What are you doing to us? What is going on?
Roll a comprehend check.
Okay. Obviously, they're trying to capture our DNA to clone us.
All right, let me flip back over here.
For a very brief second, I got really offended that she was an A+, and what am I, an AB? But I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. That's A.
I got a success.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you're sitting there next to your panel and you're seeing this and you're like remembering some things that Otto said and you just you're just like, are they sending our information somewhere?
No.
Are they gathering info on kids and sending it somewhere?
No, don't say that.
Told you.
You're like,
don't let Otto be right. Whatever we do not let Otto be right.
You are
and the
never
thing
going to
that
get it.
really
If
like
he's right, yours flat. That's all I know.
the thing that really seals it for you is that you remember when the other kids were playing and that information came up, that second line said O.
Do you remember?
And then for Ryan, it said AB minus. And now it says A plus. And you're like, that is blood type. Pulse, blood type, whatever sequencing means. And then with Ryan, he played long enough that 5-digit number started to come up. And the first one was an 8. And as he finished playing, the second one was a 0, but the numbers kept going. And you're like, well, our zip code starts with an 8. And then the girl keeps playing, and she doesn't seem to notice that there's anything different going on, other than the weird timing.
I'm metagaming.
Okay.
Boise, Idaho area codes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't 0. It was 8-3. I'm sorry.
It wasn't.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I lived there, guys.
Wasn't 208?
208's the area code.
Yeah. Okay.
This was
Zip code.
5 digits, 8-3. And then the other numbers didn't land.
Otto's right.
83701, blah, 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 blah. Otto, you're right. And where's the reptilian people? You are so on the money, bro.
Reptilian.
So where are you? So you guys are still in the arcade.
Reptilian.
You kind
Does
of
that mean
all
that they're
have
from Italy.
You have different info. You don't know. I mean, Otto, you don't know who else is listening. Like, with what Ryan just like heard, is Gary in on it? Are other kids in on it? Like, anyone can be a reptile person, right? So where are you guys kind of going with this info? Like, are you staying here at the arcade?
Like David said, we got to get together and like get all this info together in a nice, secure location, which basically
like our
means
hideout?
somebody's treehouse or something. I don't know. But
We should go to a hideout.
We should go to the hideout. When you go to the hideout, we need to break all this info down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, my question for you then is: your hideout is a little bit away, and you can get there. That's fine. Do you talk about any of this on the way, or do you just like hustle your asses to the hideout?
Oh, we're kids. The entire time over, it's like, oh my God, you won't believe what I saw. Oh my God, you won't believe it. Oh my God. And so, yeah.
Ryan,
to be honest,
quiet.
on the way over, Otto's definitely like on cloud 9 because he was a fucking ninja.
Yeah,
that's true. You guys get regaled with this story like 3 times from each kid.
Oh yeah.
And each time it gets better. John's job part in it gets bigger every time.
You dented
from both
car.
the guys.
I like smashed it.
Yeah.
I smashed
the guy like started for him, and I threw the jacket back in his face and just slid over the thing, and we were gone like ninja.
And you know that if he caught Otto with the jacket, I was gonna run him over. I was gonna get in that car and I was gonna run him over. He left the door open like an idiot.
Ryan's probably in the back, like really reliving everything. I was like, was it my fault? Was I bad? And even he has to stop it. Like, wait, what did you just say?
Especially because it's Otto. I didn't expect that he would just randomly steal some dude's jacket, Then Otto was just like, we gotta get him. Like, probably everybody's like, wait, Otto said what?
Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna run someone over with a car? You dented a car? You hood slid?
He did hood slide. Like, you believe that one.
Yeah, that was
the hazard was totally big right about now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hazard. Oh my God.
I think Eddie Rabbit showed up on an episode.
Do you guys go in through the normal gate to your hideout, or do you like go through
What
the
time
back
is it?
way?
What time is it?
It's probably by the time you get over to your hideout, it's about 6:30.
Oh, I say
And
we
you have about an hour and a half before lights come on.
Yeah, I say we go the regular way and say hi to Al on the way in.
Okay. Did I load Al's picture? I don't think I did. You guys know what Al looks like, so enjoy that. Yeah, I didn't get him.
Is Al making the Twitch stream? Are we going to show Al?
No,
I can't.
no,
Let me.
no,
I can.
No, I messed stuff up, so I can't.
Oh.
You're showing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have it, and I don't have him in here. I'm sorry.
For everyone who's still watching, Uncle Rico from.
Yes, that's
What was
right.
the show with Uncle Rico?
Napoleon Dynamite. It's so good.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
So you go through the front way. It's a Friday night, so it's pretty busy. Here there's lots going on. Lots of teenagers from the high school are here. Some like families are here, but mainly it's a teenage hangout scene. A little, and then kind of older than you. It is like who comes here to like play games and make out behind the windmill with their girlfriend. So you see Al busy like making sure that the games are like the windmills running correctly, and that there's people helping out where they need to be, and no one's falling into the like gross ass moat that's around the bridge area that leads to another, because who knows when that water was disinfected, and there's like coins and shit in it, and
they toss in that super blue dye to keep it like looking like water.
yeah, and and you all know it's not like you wouldn't want to touch it really. So Al sees you, Larry. He kind of waves. But he looks busy. Where do you guys want to go once you're at the hideout? Or once you're at the putt-putt, not necessarily in your hideout. None of the adults seem to.
Do we have food money? Do we like go and buy like slices of pizza and sit at a table and talk? Maybe that's the play.
It's totally available to you to do that. I don't know who has money. Well, I mean, I do know who has money in the
I don't have money, but I'm okay with that idea.
Yeah, because it's like 6:30, right? Our families know that we're not getting dinner here, and like we are kids, so like I don't know if we'd go straight to our like hidey hole, or would we sit at a table thinking that now we're far away from the other scene, so like we can sit here and talk and eat some food.
I mean, I think Otto's perfectly fine with sitting and talking, out in the open. He definitely is not going to pony up for pizza. I mean, you have perfectly good borscht at home. I mean, or whatever Oma was making on the stove. Like,
yeah. Then I'm gonna take my like remaining $1 and get a slice of pizza and a water, and I'm gonna cut that slice of pizza into 4s. And we're gonna sit there and eat it. Because I don't think anybody else has money, right? Like,
if I could trade a guinea pig for a pizza, I'd be in good shape.
I mean, I'm sure you guys got
like keep guinea pigs in your pockets for any.
It might be guinea pig pizza. Could be guinea pig pizza.
You really gave away the most valuable thing that you had, which was the punch card.
Yeah, we gotta get a punch card back.
It's so valuable.
You guys are around often enough, and Al knows you that. That you get 2 slices of pizza. One has extra pepperoni on it.
Yeah. Because there's always like the pizza that was ordered, but like nobody actually like picked it up or whatever. So there's always something like that we can have.
And then thing where it's like he's not going to give us anything for free, but if we're buying something, he'll throw an extra in.
Yeah,
that's good.
And he'll give you a can of soda and some water. Cool. But you're able to sit down at one of those very incredibly plastic circular table with go ahead.
Can our can of soda be like a grape knee high?
Oh yeah.
Like
What's
straight
knee-high?
up
That's new to me. Hold on.
super. Oh my dude.
That or an RC.
Oh, an RC.
RC Cola.
Yeah.
I know
Gotta get
RC. I
RC.
don't know knee-high.
There it is. Oh,
Yeah.
knee-high
Royal
was
Crown,
knee-high was
baby.
kind of specific. Knee-high was kind of specific, but it was
Yeah.
like very
RC,
fruity
yeah.
flavors. It was pretty. It was super sugary.
Yeah, it was just sugar in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You can have an RC or yeah, that's fine.
Sweet.
You are at like it's all like one piece of furniture. The like plastic table with the like metal that
yes.
goes into like the plastic bench that you
Yes.
can all sit like at, which is incredibly uncomfortable to sit at, but you know, it also has it's not open, the like umbrella. Like the pole is like there's no pole there. Like there should be, but it's not there right now for the season.
Yeah.
And there's some other kids and people eating. A lot of adults are not eating here.
I'll go for that.
Why? Why?
And-
This is the best spot in town.
Yeah.
Someone roll. Nah, I'll say that. Oh, Ryan, your father is a journalist. You know that he has written a piece about potentially bad food handling at the putt-putt.
Cool. Yeah.
So you kids are fine, but some adults are like, I mean, they just got their thing back, so you know.
They're good now.
Yeah. So anyway, so you guys can sit and kind of talk about what you've seen, fill each other in, and ask. I will answer questions as I can. So everything's available.
Oh yeah,
Ryan?
Otto definitely starts things off by dramatically placing the remote control in the middle of the table.
Oh,
yes.
Ryan's gonna
Mhm.
steal that then and start playing and looking at it.
And then he's gonna be like, I'm pretty sure. So like I saw the guy and he was walking around and I think he was placing something, maybe, I could tell. But he disappeared behind the machines, and then they started throwing up things up there that I thought looked like blood types and blood pressure and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was up on the machine, and then I saw the guy, he was messing with it, something in his pocket. So when he left, like me and John, we chased him down. So yeah, and you know the story.
You know the whole chasing down story. Like,
And Ryan will start kind of muttering to himself and be like, yeah, I mean, the power drawer could be affected by that. And he's like, starts getting like really technical in some of the things while he's kind of playing.
He was definitely a lizard man kind of guy, you know, because they try too hard to blend in, but they're not able to, you know, way too much neon, like doing like things like throwing his coat over his, like nobody really does that, but like.
You guys notice now that you've kind of sat down and the remote is out, both lights are blinking on it now.
Can I play with it? I'll take out my multi-tool and play with it.
Sure.
Wait. Before you do that, like John slowly turns and looks at one of the arcade machines in the room.
Yeah. What about it?
Like he just looks at the screen and like focuses on like the area where they said that the numbers were showing up. And I want to see if one of the arcade machines in this building is doing the same thing that was doing in the other building.
Cool. You can go and check one. Roll an investigation.
Okay.
So John kind of scurries off, but like the arcade area is like right next is in this like cafeteria area. And there's not a ton of games. Like the putt-putt is really what sells it here.
Yep. Got one.
Cool. Are you looking for just any arcade game or like another Loop branded arcade
A
game?
Loop branded arcade game. Yeah. So we, in my understanding, the lights were off while we were away from the place. And then we showed up here, started talking about it. We set it down on the table and started blinking again. Right.
So let me go back.
Okay.
When you guys first got it, or right after you guys got the remote, it had one light blinking, and that light has continued to blink.
Okay.
Somewhere in between the two places, while it was in Otto's pocket, the second light started to blink in time with the first light.
Got it.
So like the light has continuously blinked. It's just that the second one has now come on.
Gotcha.
So if you look for another Loop branded game, you see Loopers. It's about 2 handymen that get sent to a different place where the loop runs, and they have to fight their way out and eventually find, the queen. But she always ends up being in another building. It's really weird.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
But you see a couple kids playing it, and you don't see any of the signs that you guys saw on the other machine. So, and it doesn't seem like the remote is affected by by something here.
All right, cool. Then I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna say, all right. So this second light that just came on, it's not because of the machines in this room. What's it talking to? Do they know where the remote is right now?
I kind of put my hand out to be like, I can try and look and see if there's any weird devices in it.
Yeah, I like push it away from myself towards you.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to crack it open, see what's inside. See what
I'm gonna look around for any like neon colored loop
douchebags.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
While he's doing that, I'd just be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna check the corners, check the doors.
So you have the multi-tool.
Yep.
What's your tinker?
My tinker. I do have tinker. Yep. Not great, but yeah, I have tinker.
So I think what I want to do here is actually an extended trouble test.
Okay.
So what that means is instead of getting one success, we're going to need multiple successes. I'll say we'll go with 4. That seems reasonable for this. And it just doesn't have to just be you. Other people can try to like help you by also tinkering.
Buddy Larry, help me out here.
Like tinkering or like pepping you up. You just need to get 4 successes from all of you in order to not each of you, like all together. You guys need to get 4 successes.
Okay.
And that you will lead the roll, and you will see if you can get this open, because right now it just like you're not even sure like how you would unscrew things. Like you don't see anything. It's not like
there's no even like seam line. It's like just one soft.
Not that you can tell right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's more iPhone than TV remote, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
right? It's not like that thing that you flip up and put batteries in. It's more smooth and that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So you will need to roll a tinker. And
I get to add a +2 die because it's my multi-tool. I mean, it's my significant item, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And then the rest of you we can see what Gavin rolls, and then you guys can add if you want to, if he doesn't succeed completely. Or you can use luck, or you can push. So go ahead and roll a tinker.
Oh god.
Pressure's on.
Oh, that's bad. Okay. Let me.
You got 1.
Yeah.
I got 1.
That's not bad.
So you need. You guys need 4. Let's kind of.
Can I just jump in for the assist on? We work on all sorts of Radio Shack projects together. We've determined that earlier. And I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Can I drop my tinker in and see if I add to it?
Absolutely. So you both kind of look at the machine or the little remote to get an idea.
Little success.
Okay, so you got 2 successes.
Can I maybe do an investigate to see if I can see some sort of a clue or some way that maybe opens that up or something like that?
Yep. So you take it. So you all, like the 3 of you have looked at it, like had it in your hands, and now Otto's looking at it.
2 successes.
Oh,
Hey,
there we go.
there you
We
go.
beat it. That's 4. I mean, we can go overboard if you want to try something, David.
David, did you want to try anything?
Oh, sure. Yeah, totally. I will do. This is investigate.
It can be any skill. You just need to tell me how you would use it.
Yeah, sure thing. I was kind of having my guy watch the room for us, but I would love to help out here.
If you want, that's like you want to roll investigate to like make sure no one's keeping eyes on you. That's totally.
That's probably more John's feeling right now.
Totally
so
cool.
I will do that if that's okay.
Yep.
Investigate. Boom. Nothing.
It's all right. We still beat the number, so still a win in my book.
Yeah, you're just not really seeing anybody like paying attention to you. Like,
good.
It's not so much I'm missing something as there's just nothing going on.
A couple of kids taking a remote control apart. I mean,
yeah. Okay, so the 3 of you, you each point out to the other like something that you see. Like the details are so small on this device that it is, you each have to take a turn to figure it out. And you finally find a way to get it apart. And what it is, it's just like, it's almost like a really well-built, like wooden drawer, right? Where everything like dovetails together like perfectly. And you find that with a little bit of pressure, not a lot, like if you put too much, it's not going to work, but just a little bit, and you can slide it. So like the 2 parts slide apart. And then one is a casing, so it's just the case of it, and the other is like a board with a chip on it. There's like the area where the 2 lights or the 4 lights are with the 2 blinking, like those lights are still on there and blinking, but you see this like little board and chip, and it's branded with like the symbol for the loop on the board. There was no other branding on the remote itself, but this board is branded with the loop. And now that it's open, if anyone wants to run, what am I looking for? I lost it. Sorry. A program or a calculate.
Oh, hell yeah.
What are you rolling?
I don't get my program. Sorry. I don't get my multi-tool though anymore, right?
No.
Still a win. So I got a success. Just single.
Okay. So you kind of look at the parts, and you mess with a lot of parts, you and Larry together. And you've totally like seen a part like this. It's totally a transmitter.
Oh, okay. Can I tell what kind of information it's transmitting? Is it like
not really? Like that this piece of tech is a transmitter receiver.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What part is the branded loop material? Is that the transmitter? Or what's kind of has the tail from the loop?
The like actual chip with the soldering on it.
Oh, okay.
Like that board is branded the loop. There's a couple of other materials in here which aren't branded necessarily, but the loop either makes or like has like white label stuff.
Yeah.
So you kind of can assume that it's all from the loop. Because like a transmitter like this is sold, a transmitter receiver is sold by the loop. So like it's something you could go pick up at Radio Shack. So there's just a lot adding up to. It was a loop game. This says loop on it. There's a loop contest happening. Like y'all are starting to be like, well, I mean, it's the loop. There's always something weird going on, but like this is all kind of coming together in that way.
Can I deactivate it, or can we deactivate it? I don't want to smash it, but can we kind of like unhook pieces so that it's not actively transmitting?
Got to remove the power supply to it. It's got to have some sort of a battery capacitor.
I think you look at it and you can, but to not snap it apart or something, you would need more tools than your multi-tool.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no telling, I will say there's no telling, there's no telling what taking this apart, breaking it or whatever will do to the actual game. And if something is going on with the game, it might interfere with like the tournament.
Yeah.
And I'll just like add that you have about 30-ish minutes before the lights come on.
Okay.
And it takes you out of like a dead run. It probably takes you like 10 to 15 minutes. And some of you, there's 10 to 15 minutes to get home. Some of you have a little bit more relaxed getting home rules. And some of you don't. So there's a bit of a time crunch on deciding. Yeah, there's definitely a time crunch on deciding on what you're going to do with this object.
I would, if this wasn't already apparent, I would make sure that'd be like, Larry and I can't fix this right now.
Yeah.
We should store this somewhere for later, but I don't want to break anything because I can use these parts. And also the tournament could be affected. We don't know. But I don't think we have time to keep looking at it. And the multi-tool isn't going to be helpful.
We need to put it someplace that's not going to draw attention to us, though. Where we can get to it, nobody else will get it, but like it won't lead them to us.
Does anyone have gum?
Oh, of course, right beside my whatchamacallit. I keep some Wrigley's.
I think I have some in my backpack.
Everyone, take a piece of gum and start chewing.
Yeah.
We can stick this to the bottom of something here at our hideout so no one can find it. And we can come back for it.
Great idea.
We know no one cleans these tables.
Hold on. If this thing is like transmitting, what if they use it to find our hideout?
Well, we don't want to bring it home with us because then that means they're at our home. Better they find our hideout than
one place where nobody would look for it at night.
School.
Put it in one of the urns at the cemetery.
There's a couple of places that in the cemetery. There is the big mausoleum, which is like kind of like a marble, very intricate, like well done. It's been there for almost a century. So there's like that. There's a bunch of like trees and gravestones and all of that there. And then there's this place that no one goes because it looks very foreboding. It is a single person or family's mausoleum, but really it's more like a crypt. Like there's definitely stories about this like place being extremely haunted. Like it's just this big feature, concrete feature within the cemetery that is viewable from Otto's house. And no one likes going there. Like it's just you guys have lived, those that have lived in this neighborhood long enough know no one goes there. Like there's no family associated with that place anymore. You've never seen flowers on it or any, like it's the safest spot nearby that you can think of to put something there while and still be close to it.
All right, so we're gonna put it in the cemetery. Are we putting it in the really creepy spot?
think we have to.
It's not possible.
All right. Okay.
And by the way, you go. I'll watch you from the edge. And if you have problems, just yell. I'll get your mom.
Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to do another extended test. This is going to be more physical. And so what we need to do is get home and hide the object and get home before the lights come on. So we're going to do another extended trouble check. This time it will be 6 successes. And you can use any of the skills. It's just how your success depends on you getting those successes to get home. And if you fail, it's either taking conditions or some of you might be in trouble. Which, could lead to being grounded. It could, or many different things.
No failing here, guys. Listen, fellers, we got to pull this one out.
So you guys start heading home. What is the first skill check that you make? Is it we move really fast? Is it we look for a different way home, like jumping over fences and going through neighborhoods? That would be like an investigate.
I'll go
check.
move. I'll go move.
Okay, roll a move for me.
Let's see what happens.
And I will say here that everyone needs to use a different skill. So Rich is going to use move.
Damn, move is going to be mine.
Sorry. So we got 1 of 6.
I tapped it out before you in the 85. I tapped it.
You're muted, Gavin.
Can I use comprehend for anything?
Let's look. Yes.
Okay. So what I think I would do, just kind of looking at this, I'm thinking of like a way where we can place it where it's not going to maybe put us like too far into it, and so that we can kind of easily get back out. Does that maybe work?
Yep.
Like you could throw it. You like put the wad of gum on one side and you like chuck it.
Yeah, so we don't have to like sneak all the way in, kind of break into this crypt and then out. I'm trying to think of a way of like where's someplace that we can place it that no one's going to be able to access except for maybe someone with a small body, and then we can get out easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, please don't fuck this up.
No.
Oh, cool. 2 successes.
Nice.
Halfway there.
So there's something that Otto mentioned earlier, that there's urns, right? And there's these flower pots on the outside of that crypt, that building, that never have flowers in them. They have dirt in them, but they don't have flowers in them. And so you think you could hide it there. And that would be fairly easy to put it in there and throw some dirt over it.
Perfect.
Can I use the investigate to figure out which one would be the easiest one that I could keep an eye on from my house, but also people would be least likely to see if they did come?
Yep. So we have 3 successes right now. So a couple of things here. You can use a luck point if you want to reroll, or you can push and take a condition to reroll.
I want to use a luck, and I'm going to reroll.
Okay. So 1 success. Okay. So you know that the crypt, it faces north-south. So you know that you can see both of the urns. But there's like a lot of people have like when people used to come here, they always touch the left one because you can see the the rut, like the kind of worn on one side. So you know that if you guys put it in the one on the right, when looking at it this way, you put it in there, that one is not normally touched, even if someone were to come here, and you can, it's closer to your house, so you can see it better.
Cool.
Whoa.
So we're up to 3, 4.
Yep.
That's 4.
And,
So
and we just got a bunch more donated money.
Oh,
my
Is
god,
it?
guys! Yeah, we're up to like
What are we at, Tim?
we're almost at 2,000.
Oh my
Almost at
god.
Oh my
2,000. We're at
gosh.
1950, y'all. We're at
Thank
1950.
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
What's the
Wow.
Tiltify link? Do we have it on a?
Yeah, it's been hitting the thing. It's been hitting the thing. I've been tossing it in the chat. Y'all are amazing.
Yeah.
Y'all
Oh my
are
god.
No,
I'll just put
Almost
this
so
one more time.
good.
We almost doubled our goal in just one stream.
I
This is
know.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
I know.
amazing.
It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so I think this is to get home. Okay, this is the get home.
Part of it
or
is too, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the thing is hid, and we're leaving, right? And like Mrs. Appleberry, the like elderly nighttime watch grandma, like
Mhm.
neighborhood watch grandma, who like reports on everything, is there
Mm-hmm.
while we're all heading home. I'm gonna roll charm.
Okay.
To be like,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, we just left from.
She's
the
doing
arcade.
her she's
Arcade
doing
thing.
her power walk
Yeah,
around. It's good. It's a good lap to get around the cemetery.
yeah. Well,
So
I was hoping there'd be like coming into our neighborhood, so she's in our neighborhood,
mhm.
and I've got to like charm her to make her not like worry too much about which direction we were actually just coming from.
Mhm. Yeah. She's she's out on her power walk.
Okay.
And with her 2 like dumbbells that she walks with.
Yep.
And it's like everyone totally knows that she's just doing it to spy on people. She's not like actually out here like getting fit. She's just a nosy Nelly. And yeah, you guys,
Karen.
you turn a corner as she turns a corner, and you see each other, and like, how are you? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna roll this real quick.
One success.
We need 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have ways to do that. So
Okay.
you can right now. You can take the 1 success, or you can use a luck point to try and get another success, or you can push to reroll as well. And pushing will give you a condition.
Gotcha. Can I luck and then still push later?
Yep.
Or is it okay? I would love to spend. I have so much luck.
Oh yeah, you're 10-year-old.
I would love to spend one of my lucks.
Good luck.
Yeah.
To reroll. Oh no.
No.
0 success.
How many times can you use your luck?
You can until you lose it.
Oh. Wait, really?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna do it again. Then I'm gonna do it again because we need the success, and I have so much luck. Okay, hold on. That was 2, because I lost 1, right? When I re-rolled, I lost the success.
No.
Right. Yeah, you're re-rolling.
Yeah, you don't like bank your success. You have to roll
exactly. So I've spent 2. I spend a 5.
No.
Fuck.
I mean, the odds are with us. 1 in 6 is right, but damn.
Odds will be ever in your favor.
Mhm. So is there anyone else that wants to do something? Because now John has instigated a conversation with
John, what are you doing?
I'm gonna call her.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna call her Nelly because that's just what I am. I'm gonna call her because she's the nosy Nelly. And so now she's like, you tried talking to her, and she thinks that's suspicious. So now she's like questioning you.
Right.
And you're still like, now you're stuck in this like loop of a conversation.
Can I roll and emphasize to maybe help?
Yep.
I still have more luck.
I know. Let's
Y'all,
see.
I still have more luck.
I like the idea that you
There
keep
we
trying
go.
to. You keep. Oh, did you get? I like the idea that you keep trying to do like new conversation topics with
Yes.
each
And
of your
she's
luck
not
rerolls.
buying it.
And you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Not buying it. So what do you say to smooth out this conversation, Otto?
I mean, we know exactly what she's doing. She's out here. She's spying on people. So Otto's gonna be like, you know what Otto's gonna do? He's gonna be like, you've been walking around here. Or he's like, Miss Nellie, on your trips around, have you seen the strange man that's been walking around here lately wearing all the neon clothes?
Oh, roll me a luck. Like just roll a d6. Like
Oh, with the big pink jacket? Like yeah, just run into that one.
A 2.
she like tilts her head and looks at you. And she starts to talk about someone that totally does not match the description of who you are talking about. They just happen to have a purple jacket on one day. But what you find with that lower luck roll is that she's keeping you in a conversation. Like if some of you continue this conversation that she is not letting you out of, you're going to get in trouble. So you guys have your 6 successes. You got them. You just need to disengage from this conversation with her.
Who would Ryan know who would get most in trouble?
Absolutely, it's John.
John would?
Yeah.
No questions asked, it's John.
100% it's me, because I didn't talk to my parents at all about any of this.
Could
my they have guesses of where John is and whatever Brad has told them.
Yeah.
Would I
the one that can probably like stay out like after the lights have like come on is probably a toss-up between Ryan and Larry. Because Larry can like get back under the fence and like, oh, I was in the back corner the entire time.
I'm just
and then Ryan, yeah, your dad's pretty chill. So like you could convince your dad that it was fine.
I mean, I totally see Otto pulling a whole, oh, I can see Oma looking through the window now. We better get going home for it's gonna lights are gonna be on soon. We gotta go. We don't want Oma mad at us.
Yeah. So I would okay, then I would, if it's a toss up, even if without being 100% certain, I would be like try to butt my way in to give them space so that I'm basically drawing her talking ire at me.
Roll me one last lead check.
Oh, good.
Actually, wait, don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. Roll, roll. No, it is. Oh, wait, it's a heart skill. Never mind. Lead.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it.
So, Ryan, you're the new kid. I mean, you're still the new kid. She's still suspicious of you, East Coasters.
Yeah.
So you engage her in conversation.
Basically communists.
Yeah. Otto is like, oh, I see Oma, and like he is able to disengage out. John, it's just the heat is taken off of you, and you know like you have minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like on my bicycle, just like pedaling away.
You're like, deuces, got peace. I'm out. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you kind of like talk Nellie's ear off enough that she kind of gets tired of you.
Yes, exactly. That's what I want to get super technical jargon of like, hey, I'm new to the neighborhood. I haven't talked with you before. I'm really good with tech. It seems like you have this kind of equipment at your house. I'm really good with this kind of stuff. Would you mind if you ever needed help like that?
I have to get going, honey. And then she like she just walks away. She just walks away. And everyone,
I like how you hinted at like looking at her stuff. Like I've noticed all the things in your windows. It looks like you like this kind of electronic equipment. He's like, what? You're not supposed to.
He never made like direct. eye contact with her. Like he doesn't usually do that with adults, but like he's like looking at the center of her nose. So it kind of looks like he's trying to do that. Yeah.
Oh, funny.
And just as if someone in a crowded place yelled scatter to a bunch of kids, you all run off to your houses as the lights come on the street, and you make it home in time.
Yes.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh, yes.
With our
Hell
MacGuffin hidden away in the mausoleum.
Oh, a MacGuffin. Look at you going with that film school knowledge.
Fancy words.
So thank you guys for playing Tales with me.
Thank you for
I
running.
hope you enjoy it. David, thank you
It
for
was a
being
try.
here tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, thank you.
Whoa. What do you mean, be here tonight?
Well, Little John, even if he doesn't get in trouble, he is.
John's already in trouble.
He's in some kind of trouble.
What's going to happen next time we meet?
Yeah, so that'll be with Taylor and her
Yeah,
character.
Taylor's going to be here.
You're not
So-
going to be here?
No,
You're not
It's
going
like-
to be here next time?
Have you not been in the Discord?
I'm working on.
I got to listen now. You're not going to be here next time?
I'm working on the Gen Cons, so no, I can't.
That's it. But Taylor will be here with us for the next 2 sessions.
Oh, but we could have Taylor and David.
Not
I mean,
right
you
now.
talk to David. That's up
right
to you.
now.
I have made my plans.
You're back on the.
Right now, John's fine right now. Tomorrow, who
I'm so
knows?
mad.
I mean, he did steal some money, so you know.
I did steal 5 and spent it. I stole and I
That's true.
spent because I got you extra game time and I bought us a slice of pizza. I was like,
Yep.
goal, my personal
Worth it.
prayer goal for the day
I mean,
is done. Steal money from my
we're-
brother.
We're
and
brothers
spend
from
it all.
another mother. And you're just going to disappear on the next game?
But you have Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor
Taylor's
will
gonna
be
be
here,
there.
Rich.
We can have everyone here. We can have everyone.
Yeah, he's not against Taylor.
Yeah,
Mike,
no,
are
no.
Mike, are you
Yeah,
leaving?
David.
You leaving next
Yeah.
game, Mike? Are you gone?
I'll be
No,
here.
Mike's gonna be here. Gavin's gonna be
I'm
here.
gonna be
It's
here.
just
David,
me.
I
I'm
wouldn't leave you.
Hold
Rich.
on. I have a way to solve this problem. Rich might not be here for the last game.
Don't say that.
Rich,
Don't say
are
it
you
out loud.
leaving me?
Don't say it out loud. I was ready for that to boomerang. I was ready for it to boomerang. I'm having to move my.
Now
phone
Gavin's just gonna cry. Look,
I'm not
look.
crying. I'm not crying.
on like
I'm not
is it the
crying.
last game? Is it the last? Is it the last night?
That you might be missing. Yeah, it's the last night. that
And
you
I'm
might be
hoping to
missing.
play from my truck. If I'm not home, I'm hoping to play from my truck like Casey.
I don't know if the audio cut out for everyone, but the audio cut out for me.
Oh, did you hear
Oh
me?
yeah,
No, I
he's gonna
can
play
hear
from
him.
his truck.
Right.
The-
So, I'm either-
Anyway, so
Yeah, okay.
we will be back
David,
next.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
I know you.
We'll be
I know
back
you.
next
I would never
Saturday.
come
We will be playing a game next Friday to help raise more money for elevated access.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
everyone.
guys.
Oh
It
my
has
goodness.
some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
Like,
this
yo.
is crazy.
Tails is coming in hard with the
Yeah,
donation.
Yeah.
it is. It really is. Which
so-
it will. This has been amazing.
So thank you guys so much for donating to Elevated Access. We appreciate it so much. Women's rights are human rights, and
Those
we're
work for
Yeah.
women everywhere, which I love. That was beautiful.
yeah. And so we'll be back Friday to play Thirsty Swords Lesbians. Then we'll be back Saturday, the next 2 Saturdays to play Tales from the Loop. And then we'll be at Gen Con. And so thank you guys for playing my game and joining me in my hometown. And
Yes.
David,
Oh,
I'll let
thank
you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks
Right.
again for running. This has been a blast. And folks, we'll see y'all next week for bunches of fun Friday and Saturday.
David,
Yes.
ever show up to this game again?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it.
No,
so...
I'm just.
I saw. Hold on. I want to raid somebody. How about little cup of Joe? We'll do a little cup of Joe.
Little cup of Jimmy's.
Looks like they're about to start doing the thing. So
Hi, Gavin.
oh shit, Gavin dropped. Oh, Gavin's coming back.
Hi, Gavin.
All right. So we're gonna hit the raid button for these lovely folks. Everybody, thanks a ton for tuning in. Go over here, send some love in the chat, all that good stuff. And for all the folks at home, as always, have fun and play well.
May all your rolls be crits.
God, you make me tight.
It's mine.